Peace to the family. This is Abdul Ali, candidate for U.S. House District 12 here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Let's just be real, folks. The Democrats have destroyed our major cities. Their policies have made us less safe, they've given us less economic opportunity, and they've provided less educational opportunities for our children. And that's why I'm running for Congress, because I know what it takes to improve these issues. I've got great working relationships already in D.C. I've spent the last 10 years of my life building my political resume so that one of us, somebody who thinks like we do, could get into D.C. and make a difference. I want you to visit aliforcongress.com to find out more about my campaign. The Democrats have already done enough, and now they're putting illegal aliens in front of people like you and me, folks whose ancestors built this country and made it what it is today. So again, I'm asking you to support me in my run for U.S. House District 12 here in North Carolina. You don't have to live in North Carolina to support, because what happens in Congress affects the entire country. So again, it's aliforcongress.com. I hope to have your support. Peace and love, y'all.
That's the algorithm.
Peace and blessings out there to everybody. My name is Dr. EnQi, the founder of the Melanin versus Diabetes movement and ministry. Our goal is to fight diabetes by creating a biochemically literate society, one book at a time, one person at a time, one household at a time. Join us now by going to Amazon.com and getting all of the books, getting all of the books that you can afford, even if you can't read them all. Share them with got the screen on me. Let me show you how I really flex, Si. This is how I really flex. Look at this. You see this, Si? This is how I really flex.
That's the algorithm.
All right, this is the moment we all been waiting for. We got the man, the myth, the legend in the building. We got the man, the myth, the legend in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 1 2 1 2. Can the people hear me?
I believe so. Loud and clear.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Can you
Wonderful,
hear me?
wonderful. Okay, good. Yep, we in here. Guess what I was doing?
What?
Yeah, I bought your book, right? Declaration of Independence. And literally like 5-10 minutes ago, I was reading it earlier. I'm showing the kids shit in the book. And I'm like, yo, look, you got to read this right here, read this right here. And I'm like, oh, snap, I got to be with EnQi right now. Totally lost track of time reading your work to my kids.
Man, that is powerful.
Yeah.
I just got the ring at the doorbell a little while ago, and they Amazon just got me up to date. I was missing these books. It's one more floating around here somewhere that they just...
Oh, you got the author copy.
And this one. So I got the hydrochemistry, I got the electric food chemistry, and I got electric kinesiology chemistry. So I'm excited about ripping through those to see what I'm not excited about.
Dope, dope.
Yeah. I know what's in there, but between the Amazon software and wrestling with them with the publishing, there's usually something in there that I'm gonna be upset about, a little mistake somewhere here and there. But
yeah,
getting the information out is the most important thing. So I'm excited. You got the books. I can't, I'm excited that my books are at Hotep Jesus' house.
Oh, absolutely. And I dove right in. Pause.
Listen, so this is gonna be like a who is Hotep Jesus? So I think the first thing, the Hotep Nation is in the building. Yo, your people are strong.
Salute. Shout out Hotep Nation. Salute.
Let me go over to IG real quick and get us some let me go get us some IG people. My people are like, my people on IG. I don't know what's up with my folks. My folks on IG, so I gotta.
Yeah.
I don't give them a personal invitation.
They won't know.
They won't know. They acting
Yeah.
fool.
I got to be better about that, but I'm locked out of my IG right now.
Interesting. That's the other problem with my IG is every time I do go live, they send me a notice like you seem like it's strange activity on your account.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, that's called the live stream. It's not strange activity. It's just me. All right, bang. That should be that. All right, let me text them a message. Join us on YouTube on American Healer. All right, so first things first. Yep, they popping up. Bring y'all ass over here. Get off of YouTube. I mean, get off of Instagram. Anyway, so how did you get the name Hotep Jesus? We got to start right there.
Oh, that's an easy one. So I'm in the I'm deep into the conscious community and studying, and I'm listening to all the lectures and the debates, and at the same time I'm having this spiritual awakening, right? I had just left the music industry. I've seen all the demons of the music industry, and now I'm sort of having this spiritual awakening. So I'm tweeting like straight from the soul, like, you know, all of that spiritual talk, you know. And somebody said to me, they said, "What do you think you are, some sort of Hotep Jesus?" And I looked at my screen like, damn, why that shit look so fire? Changed my name immediately. It was immediate. Previously to that, I was going by Ali Shakur. Okay, that was my conscious community name. Okay, and then when they said Hotep Jesus, because I had been wanting to get away from Ali Shakur because I felt it was too Islamic Arabic. You know how everybody, when they conscious, the first thing they do, they run to getting themselves a Muslim name, right? And I sort of fell into that same trap. So as I'm studying more, I'm like, damn, I'm kind of in that trap. So I had wanted to move away from that name as a brand anyway. So when I seen that on my screen, it was like a godsend. I'm like, ooh. So yeah, I just took it and ran with it. But that was one of the haters called me that.
Listen, the haters don't realize how inspirational they are and how much they help. You know what I'm saying? The haters do, you know, they do wonders. They don't realize because the haters are your toughest critics.
They literally create the product.
Facts. So Hotepistan. Wait, before we go there, I can't even go to Hotepistan. I'm all out of order. So conscious community name.
Yeah.
Conscious community. Talk to me. What is the conscious community? Where'd you get involved with the conscious community? Like what does that mean to you?
So I always tell people this. I was born, quote unquote, Hotep, right? And evidence that I have of that is at a very early age, I remember my father used to drop little gems here or there. Like before my mom made me, you know, go to church. She made me go to Catholic church. You know, my father's family is Catholic, so she wanted me to follow my father's footsteps and be a good Catholic boy. And one day I'm headed to, you know, Sunday mass with my mama. Hated it, but, you know, gotta do what mama tell you to do. But my dad used to always drop these little gems, and he used to be like, you know, Jesus is black, right? I'm like, what? Just he used to drop gems every once in a while. But I remember this book he had on his table, and he actually, going back to the Bible, he would mention things like, there's books missing, right? Like the book of Jasher is not in there, and the Dead Sea Scrolls. He used to say all types of stuff like this. And that, at a young age, you're absorbing it. It's very interesting, but you don't know how to fit all these things together into your life. And I remember seeing a book on the coffee table, said AIDS, the man-made virus or something like that. Yeah. So, I'm probably, 10 years old with this type of material just laying around the house. ISIS papers is there, all types of information. Is just a lot of, we had a library in our house. So, Million Man March comes around, the first Million Man March. And the type of dad I had, he was like, we're not going to the Million Man March, but you also not going to school. So really what he was saying was, the Million Man March is not important enough to me to take you there, but you're going to sit down and watch it from home. Okay? Because there are a lot of shortcomings with the nation and Farrakhan, and everybody knows those stories. So it wasn't like he was wholesale bought in, but you could still grab some gems. He still wanted me to have that consciousness, that black consciousness, right? So the seed was planted early. So now we get the dawn of YouTube, okay? And early days in YouTube, you can get any conspiracy, like all the conspiracy videos was on there. 9/11 conspiracy videos, you name it, it was there. The Ring of Power and, all of it, right? And then I'm trying to think, what was my real first conscious community video? I can't really remember what it was, but I just remember coming across the Sonetta conglomerate. And then they had these debates. Right?
Yo, shout out the House of Consciousness. Shout out the Sonetta Studio. Shout out to Sonetta. My man said the House of Consciousness conglomerate. I never heard it put that way, but it definitely qualifies. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Son. My bad. Go ahead. Go. I didn't mean to cut you off.
So HOK, the House of Consciousness. Now, I'm a pretty conscious, intelligent brother. So I had done my studies and I would watch, and people would suggest books or whatever. Actually, I think one of my first introductions was probably like Bobby Hemmett and then Dr. Kaba Khamenei. Back in them days, he was going by Booker T. Coleman. I remember running across his stuff. And then, so, you start diving in. And I used to love the debates because I always say it's like with debates are the best way to find out what the truth is. Because you're going to have side A is going to tell their truth. Side B is going to tell their truth. But at some point, they are going to agree. And that point where they agree is like a 95% chance that is fact if both sides agree. Not all the time, but most of the time, that point of contention where they agree is probably fact. So I would listen for those points where two sides agree. And I'm like, okay, that's good. That's good. So I'd watch the Hebrew Israelites. I remember the Ali Muhammad debate. I remember debates, Shaka debates, Captain Tazariak. And I used to just say damn, I want to go stand in front of Sonetta's wall, right? He had the that banner he used to put up with the slave was hung and all of that. I'm like,
out on 125th.
Yeah, on 125th. So to me, that was like a relic, right? That's like a monument, And I remember going out there and I saw Red Pill and I saw Sa, and I was like a kid in the candy shop. It was like my dream come true. I'm on 125th Street and it's Sonetta and Red Pill. And I'm looking for Shaka. But he not there, it's just Red Pill. And I remember going to Sa. And Sa was like, fuck you on, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, this wasn't all it's cracked up to be, right? Now he doesn't say this. This is just like the attitude I'm getting, right?
Yeah.
Now keep in mind, I'm fresh off of working for 50 Cent. I had just, completed my assignment working on their energy drink. And at this point, I'm marketing mobile apps. And I'm heavy into digital marketing, like heavy into digital marketing. Then I go to Red Pill and I'm like,
wait, hold on. Yeah, you just went a little crazy. So we're gonna have to dial it. We're gonna have to pause right here.
Okay.
At Conscious Community at 125th. We're gonna just call this moment 125th. We're gonna pause right here at 125th.
Yeah.
And we're gonna bust this turn right here, and we're gonna go down 50 Cent Lane. Like we hit 8th Avenue on the 125th. Now we're gonna make a left on 50 Cent Lane right here. You gotta, so you, because there's a lot in there. We trying to flesh out, and I know a human is complicated, so it's hard to figure out all of it. You can't just get to totally know a person in a short period of time. But we're gonna try to do as best as we can with the story of Hotep Jesus. So you got a library at home, you got a real father, you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't have just a bunch of books at the house. You got a library. It's the difference between a collection of books and a library. You got Francis Cresswell sitting in, you got some key
Cornell West.
Man, you got some have to have books at the house, and I appreciate the fact that you didn't try to Cat Williams us and tell us that you was reading 300 books per weekend.
I was forced to read those books. Right,
but you didn't read 300 books a month. You read them at your pace and devoured them. And so get us from 10 years old with these books around the house to marketing for 50 Cent.
Okay. Dan, that's a lot there. Where do you want to go from 10 to 20 years old or 20 to 30 years old?
Give us the music industry.
Let's go music industry. Cool. So around 18, 19 years old is the first time one of my close friends freestyles in front of me. And he's freestyling off of Stuff in the Room. And it was at that moment I said, I love rap. I love music. I was collecting music. I was, used to make tapes off of the radio. You connect your tape deck to the radio and I was making mixtapes.
Pause, record mixtapes.
Pause, record mixtapes. Those are the good old days, right?
Facts.
So I saw him do this freestyle off Stuff in the Room and I said, hold up. I want to learn how to do that. Fast forward. I go to the music studio with him. Fast forward, I start my own record label. Reason why I started my own record label was because I had a market in mind and I'm talking to him like, yo, y'all should do this, y'all should do that. And he playing me like, you don't know nothing about the music industry. Stay over there. So I'm like, nigga, I've been studying the music industry my entire life. I just never been in the studio before. So I start my own thing, get my own artists. We have massive success. I got him in movies. He's on Funk Flex mixtape. We are moving. We hanging out with Tretch, Joe Button. It's lit, right? Do It All. It's lit. But my artist, a knucklehead, he not listening to me. So my other friend, Demick, at this point, I had done a lot in the music industry. But now I'm down on my luck. My artist got incarcerated. So I don't have no artist, no record label. So Demick hit me up. He had his record label and my artist was his friend. He went to high school together and he knew how much of a knucklehead he was. So he said, yo, take a ride with me. We drive from Jersey to Orlando to shoot a music video. He's shooting a music video. On the way back, it's a 20-hour ride. He like, yo, you want to start a group? I'm like, I ain't got nothing else better to do, right? Fast forward, a year later, we're a touring act, okay? We done performed. We opened up for, Soulja Boy. We performing In Miami, crowds of 20,000, crowds of 10,000, 3,000. We are killing it because me and him both had business minds. So he got a business mind. I got a business mind. He would set something up. I got a sales background from selling mortgages. So I would, if it was a sponsor, I was selling us on a sponsor. If it was a show, I was selling us on a show. So he would set it up and I would be the closer. So we just setting up, closing. I remember at one point we had TGI Fridays Corporation. I'm on the phone with TGI Fridays Corporation for them to authorize us to use their logo. So we moving. While we doing all that, he like, yo, you should start a blog. So I started a blog. That blog got really popping. I got really good at that shit. And then eventually, what happened was 50 Cent released his book, The 50th Law. And I ran out, I got it, took a picture, posted it on the internet, and I'm the first person on the planet that publicly publishes that they have this book. They take my picture, they throw me at the top of thisis50.com. Big moment in my life. It's the first moment I really went viral, right? Then he comes out with the energy drink. I cover that. I'm one of the first people to cover that. So they invite me to the launch, okay? I get on the double-decker bus for the launch. I try to finagle my way to the front of the bus because I'm like, that's where 50 is. His security like, nah, you got to move to the back. So I move to the back. Now 50 of them get on the bus. They go to the front. The bus take off and start moving. Now me being a touring artist, I'm used to performing. The bus is quiet. And I'm like, why is the bus quiet? Like it should be jumping on this bus. So the bus comes to a stop and I look over on my side and there's a bunch of people waiting to cross the street. You know how New York City is. Bunch of people waiting across the street and I'm looking down and I'm looking at 50. I'm looking down, I'm looking at 50. I'm like, they don't know I'm sitting next to 50 right now. Now, keep in mind, I only had enough money to get to New York. I had no money to get back home, but I was going to be there. I'm not missing this for anything in the world, right? Cool. So I said to myself, yo, I'm going to jump up and say, yo, I'm on the bus with 50 Cent. My fear... right? And you could watch this video. This video exists. You could pull it up right now. Watch this, right? So I say to myself, they gonna kick you off this bus. And I said, nigga, we ain't got nothing to lose. I'm already broke. If they kick me off the bus, who cares? So I hop up and I go, yo, I'm on the bus with 50 Cent. And mad people, 50 stands up and waves to him. And mad people rush the bus. So now all the marketing execs is throwing energy drinks off the side of the bus. The bus pulls off. 50 team grab me, throw a shirt on me, throw a hat on me. And that's how the story ends. I end up finagling a couple of things, and now I'm running the marketing department for the energy drink. Okay. I'm like second in command. Okay. That's a whole nother story. I do that for about 2 to 3 years. Then I'm like running into a roadblock. I'm noticing the Apple App Store is blowing up. I'm like, yo, apps is the future. Mobile apps is the future. This is like 2012, 2013, before the App Store is what it is today. And I'm going around, I'm talking to all these investors and athletes. I launched a coconut water brand with Carmelo. And I'm saying to these investors, like, yo, I got to move into mobile apps. Y'all got to move into mobile apps. And everybody didn't get it at the time. So I said, well, how about I just deviate and just go where the mobile app people are? So I'm doing mobile apps for the next like 7 years or so. I'm doing mobile app marketing. And that's where, so that's basically how that story begins and ends. In the meantime, I'm devouring the conscious community content, right?
Okay.
So
now you on 125th, Sarnetta, Red Pill, after Carmelo, after 50, you want, okay, there we go.
Right. So after Mello, after 50, I'm feeling like I'm the man. I'm going to 125th. Like, look, I'm about to put y'all on to this digital marketing thing. And Sa looking at me like,
Mm.
And I'm like, yo, do you realize I got 100,000 followers on Twitter? He like, what's Twitter? I'm like, wait.
Stop.
I got 100,000 followers on Twitter. I done went viral, and he don't know what Twitter is. So I'm trying to put him on. I'm showing him like, look, this Twitter. I'll check it out later. All right. So I go to Red Pill. I'm like, I know Red Pill. I remember seeing him. Red Pill. I had a couple questions for him. Red Pill, like, now this is not what they're doing. This is how I'm feeling the energy.
Yeah.
It's just
yeah.
you just a fan. Get out of here.
That's Red Pill.
Right? You just a fan. Get out of here. This is the vibe I got from Sa. This is the vibe I got from Red Pill. But I get it because I know what it's like to be the man because I was just a touring artist. But I never acted like that. I just remember how people were like that in the industry. So I'm like, oh, these niggas.
That's Red Pill, definitely. Red Pill was always over cocky for no apparent reason. Sa, on the other hand, Sa has been used and abused by so many brothers, unfortunately, that, you know, it's hard to make Sa believe you. So that it might have felt like the same energy, but it was different. You know what I'm saying? Red Pill was definitely cocky for no apparent reason.
Right. Now, keep in mind, I'm an intelligent individual and I'm not upset. To me, it's just funny because I'm like, oh, these niggas just don't get it. Like, I'm not mad at them. I'm not upset. I'm not. But a part of me is hurt. I'm like, I came all the way out the 125th to help and I can't help nobody. So I'm like, you know, I try my best. At least I got my picture in front of the wall and I was on 125th. I lived the dream. It was a 95% experience. That little 5% where how I was treated is whatever, but they don't know me, right? So how would they even embrace me, right? So I wasn't mad and I don't fault them. Huh?
Yeah. How would they make a proper assessment? Yeah.
Yeah. Like they don't know me from fucking can of paint, right? Like who am I for them to embrace me? Whatever. So 2017 comes around. I'm hanging with a shorty in New York City. We walking through Times Square. I look to my right and I'm like, oh, snap, Shaka Atmos. Shaka like, oh, you just a fan. So he eating or whatever, and he kind of like paying attention to me, kind of not. But he's giving me the time of day. It's much more warm than Sa and Red Pill. We had good dialogue. So I said, yo, my
more down to earth and more of a people person.
Yeah. So I told him my name Hotep Jesus. And he like, wait, what? You can't put those two names together. You can't put Hotep and Jesus together. Those two things are contradictory. And I'm like, I know. I know. Right.
Welcome to the world of marketing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Welcome to the world of marketing and branding. So so now BLM is kicking in the back of Hotep conscious community on Twitter. Okay? Like acting like the conscious community is homophobic and just destroying everything that the conscious community built. Like everything, right? So I'm like, yo, Shaka, yo, we gotta do something like Twitter, da. He not paying me no mind. Then I told him, I'm like, yo, we just got published on Breitbart. Now, when I said that, his ears perked up. He was like, Breitbart? How you know Breitbart? I'm like, yo, I'm connected with Breitbart. My homegirl, Sonny Johnson, writes for them. So we exchanged math. That's when he took me serious. We exchanged math. We had a couple of back and forths. I went to his crib. I interviewed him, blah, 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 blah. And I'm trying to introduce people to Twitter. This is 2017 I met Shaka. It was 2015, 2014. I'm talking about Twitter to Sa. And now we see Elon them bought this shit. Here I am, 200,000 followers later. Joe Rogan, Fox, all that later. All right. So me and Shaka built a really good relationship.
Now we're gonna definitely put a pin in that Joe Rogan statement because we will be circling back to good old Joe Rogan.
Yeah. So what I was trying to do was, because they were using Hotep as a pejorative, saying those, ashy Hoteps, right? Using the term negatively. I was like, nah, I spent the last 10 years following the conscious community. Not on my watch. Y'all not about to drag Hotep through the dirt. Not happening. This is for 125th Street, right? So I grabbed the shit. We .com up. We trademark up. We logo up, and we built Hotep Nation. Okay. And at the time, we're in the MAGA situation, because I'm like, we not finna align with Hillary. We know what Hillary did. Okay. We know what Bill Clinton did.
Listen, don't worry. You home away from home. Even though I have a handful of followers that still, they still have a little Democrat, they still have that.
They got old programming.
They ain't get the
update yet.
Yeah. And in fact, I got my MAGA hat somewhere floating around here still.
I keep mine close. Close, right?
Yeah.
So,
So
now at this time, 2015, I'm a coon and I'm a sellout.
Yeah.
In 2020, I look like a genius. In 2024, I look galactic brain. Like, how did he know? Now, keep in mind, 2015, I published a video on my YouTube channel that says BLM is a gay movement. I got destroyed for saying that. Destroyed. We fast forward 9 years later, and everyone knows this. I said it was a scam. 9 years later, everyone knows this. Okay. So here I am trying to protect the legacy of 125th Street, but I ain't got nobody from 125th Street backing me up. But I'm like, it doesn't matter. They gonna come around at some point. Okay. I go on Joe Rogan.
Wait a minute. This right now would be officially some point. This is officially that some point, because
we here now.
I'm officially, I would say, yeah, I'm the oldest person. I can't say I'm the first person on Sodnetta's platform, but
you was one of the first. You was early.
Yeah, I was on there before Polite was on there. The people that are still teaching.
It was probably like, I think maybe only person I remember maybe being early than you was maybe Brother Reggie.
Nope.
I feel you was before Reggie.
Reggie was kind of scary around then. Sa's energy was too strong for Reggie. So Reggie was around, but he wasn't on the camera and trying to teach and move the way he moves now.
Okay.
Who was on Sodnetta's platform before me was Natural Tahuti.
I remember. Yeah, I forgot about him.
Yeah, that's who Sa had at the time. Natural Tahuti was his main man, and he was putting Natural Tahuti to debate Wesley Muhammad and Ali Muhammad. And, So that was the early vibe. In fact, Polite stole a lot of Natural Tahuti's whole swag and energy and all that to get on Sodnetta's page. Because Natural Tahuti was the guy who invented the Black woman is God concept and all of that. That was all his ideology that, Polite appropriated.
Damn, I forgot about Natural Tahuti. Light-skinned brother, right?
Yep. His brother Seville was like closer to our complexion. Seville was kind of dark skinned. He was brown skinned.
Yeah.
But so this is definitely that moment.
Yeah.
So how does, because you about to jump right into Joe Rogan. You can't just jump right into Joe Rogan. We need a little bit of foreplay before you just go crazy right there.
Pause. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. yeah. Yeah, how does your 200 Twitter? So wait, the Twitter is obviously the machine. Is Twitter the machine or YouTube? Twitter's the machine.
Twitter's the machine.
Okay, so you 200K strong on Twitter.
Yeah.
How does that segue into Joe Rogan?
One of his friends said he should have me on.
Okay, so they was already watching.
Yeah. I mean, by then I had done InfoWars. I had gone viral. I had been on Fox. Compound Media.
Okay, we're going crazy. So Joe, so we gotta come back to Joe in a second. You just so Fox is kind of like captured moments, but let's go to InfoWars. Let's talk InfoWars. Yeah.
InfoWars. So
Alex Jones, for the people that don't know at home, we're talking Alex Jones. How do you get from this might be the hold up, man. Let me get this nigga off the screen. Listen, this might be the only nigga with a more interesting last 10 years than me. This nigga been all over the fucking place. Yo. So hold on. So wait. So 50 Cent, Carmelo Anthony, 125th. Niggas hit you with the bah humbug. You know, bah hum. But it seems like a recurring pattern. Unless you, I mean, I don't know if you paid attention to it, but it seems like it's a recurring pattern that kind of works well for you. You know what I'm saying? Like when people say you can't do it, I think I'm kind of happy. Me personally, I think I'm happy that your homeboy that got locked up didn't believe in you. Right? Because if he didn't believe in you, then you don't do the record label thing, which leads you to the other partner, which leads you to 50 and Carmelo, right? So then you don't get technologically savvy if none of that happens, and then you go to 125th, they don't believe in you. Get your ass out of here, nigga. So then you build up this massive social media engine, like, yeah. Okay. So I like this so far. So Carmelo, then you go to 125th, you meet Shaka. Now how we get to Alex Jones?
So Alex Jones is before Shaka. Okay. So I'm studying, okay? I'm studying life and media, and I'm studying the political landscape. Because keep in mind, before Trump decides to run for an election, I don't know what a Democrat or a Republican is. I'm politically illiterate, like 100% completely politically ignorant. I don't know anything. This is the first time I heard the term conservative, okay? Because you got to remember, my head's buried in music industry and mobile app marketing. If it wasn't that, I didn't want to hear about it. At this point, I had cut my cable off in my house. I didn't watch TV. I was disconnected from the world because I was in poverty and I had to get out. Okay. And once I got out from the 50 Cent situation, I was running 1,000 miles an hour, very focused on my work. So I went on my Twitter account and I said, if a black person were to follow a liberal narrative, they can go viral. That weekend, two brothers walked into a Starbucks and had gotten racially profiled.
I remember that.
Okay. So in my head, I was like, I should run down on Starbucks because it's a viral story and say, yo, I need reparations because y'all racist. But, me, I'm like, that's not my style. I don't do gimmicks. Like, So that Saturday, my lady was like, yo, I want to go to the mall. I never go to the mall with her. She was like, you going to come to the mall? I follow my intuition. Intuition said go. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go. So we go, we shop and whatever. And we, it kind of gets tired. So you sit down on the bench. So when we slow down, I look to my left and I see Starbucks. And I'm like, oh shit. I had that idea. And I'm like, fuck it. So I just pulled my phone out, went live. I run into Starbucks. I'm like, yo, y'all racist. I need reparations coffee. And Shorty gives me a free coffee. Okay? Straight up and down, give me a free coffee. I'm live on my Twitter, 100,000 followers. That was Saturday. Wednesday, I wake up and that shit is everywhere. I got emails from people asking to buy the video. Fox News hit me up. So now I'm on Fox News, right? When the story went viral, Alex Jones thought I was a liberal.
Hold on. Where you grew up at?
Newark and then the burbs.
Okay, so that's that Newark. Yeah, that's that the burbs. That's not the you got a lot of Newark. Yeah, because you okay.
It's a mixture. See, that's the thing. Like when I was
Nah.
younger.
This is all Newark. Listen. Let me stop you before you even say anything. Let me stop you. On the bus with 50, when you make that judgment call to throw the dice, that's all Newark right there.
Yeah.
When you decide to run into Starbucks and throw the dice once again, because your ass is very close to going to jail at that moment. It's a thin line between jail and great. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, love and hate is a thin line between jail and great. And you straddled the fence right there. You was right. You just let me throw these dice one more time. This shit keep working. And you hit the number. You hit the number. So that's definitely all Newark. I used to live in Newark. You know what I'm saying? Like I've spent a lot of time living in the roughest cities in America. So I know I kind of fit into those places for whatever reason. I feel home in the worst places. The most, it's like a bullet just whizzed by your head, and it's like for some reason for some reason I just feel right at home in those places. I never have any trouble in those places.
Yeah.
When I go to other places, it seems like it gets crazy. But anyway, so your shit's going viral.
So I probably should have mentioned this. My dad's from Jamaica. Okay. So I got Jamaican in me, right? And he's militant Jamaican. Okay. So.
Well, remember this. See, now that you can put that on the table, it's in the blood. So now it's different. Now I got it. Because see, remember when they was having trouble with like the slaves that they couldn't get under control. That's what they did with the out of control ones. They sent them down to Haiti and Jamaica. So that's why that bloodline is a little different with the Haitians, the Jamaicans, and the Americans. It's a little bit more. It's just a little bit more like
rebel.
How do you say it? No, a little bit. I would say fuck it. I would just say fuck it. It's a little bit of fuck it that's in the bloodstream.
Right.
It's a little bit of, and it's, you having those moments where you're like, logic says this, gut says this. Fuck it. We're gonna roll these dice.
We're gonna roll the dice. So also my dad's military. So he's coming from the military and Jamaican. So I had like a really rough upbringing with my dad. My dad was very tough on me, right? But I say that because in my childhood, when I was in school, this is third grade, we moved to the burbs. Prior to that, we were living in Newark. Third grade, we moved to the burbs, but during the summer, I'm going to Jamaica. So I'm coming back around the white kids, adjusting because now I have an accent. Okay. Then I'm spending the summers in Hillside, right? That's Essex County. That's 973 area code. And I'm around my cousins. And my cousins they'll tell you, they ratchet. They'll tell you themselves they ratchet. They'll tell you today, love them to death. They ratchet, they ghetto. So I'm coming from the burbs and I got to adjust to the hood. Now I adjust to the hood and I come back to the burbs and I got to adjust again. So I have a very big balance of hood and suburb in me. So I can code switch like no other. So that's why I have that blend, right? Anyway.
Yeah, I spent a lot of my summers as a kid up in Peekskill, New York. So I have that. We have that in common. Peekskill, Poughkeepsie, Wappingers Falls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the upstate. That's the suburbs of New York. But
okay.
But yeah. So hold on. So Fox News.
Right. So
yeah.
So now Alex Jones sees the clip and he thinks I'm a leftist. But I was pretending to be a leftist just to go viral because I just told everybody last week, if you pretend to be a leftist, you go viral. So I'm showing everybody my godness, right? Like, look, I'm about to call this shit. If you do X, Y, and Z, X will happen. You will go viral. Then the next week I demonstrated, all of my followers are losing their mind. Like, yo, he just told us he could do this. And then he went and did it. Alex Jones thinks I'm a liberal. He blasts me on his channel, excoriates me. Excoriates me. Now, keep in mind, I just got shunned by my hero's side. Just got shunned by one of my heroes, Red Pill. Now I'm getting shunned by my hero, Alex Jones. Excoriates me.
I want to just say in this moment, Alex Jones, I appreciate you for violating Hotep Jesus.
So, word travels fast, and he finds out I was trolling. But he finds out because I revealed it on Fox News, Laura Ingraham. So now Alex Jones has to have me on his show. He like, Hotep Jesus, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I thought you were a leftist, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, yo, it's all good. You know, I tricked you. I fooled you. That was part of the plan. But, you know, here we are. So after that, I've been on InfoWars, you know, a gazillion times, right? Me and him have a really pretty, I would say we have a pretty decent relationship, right? He's been a pivotal role in a lot of great experiences I've had. And I appreciate him for everything he's done for me. So yeah, so that's how the Alex Jones situation happened. And that's how the InfoWars relationship was built, through that trolling of Starbucks.
Okay, so now you're lit, because this is so what years what years is this you with Alex Jones?
This is like 2016, 2017.
Okay, so you was with Alex Jones at the top when Alex Jones was, I don't know if we could call Alex Jones Jesus of the internet, but there's a window where Alex Jones has the internet on lockdown.
Yes, this is that time period, especially because Trump's in office now, so it's big wins.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so you was okay. So yeah. So there, from there, I guess it's a small leap to Joe Rogan. This is a small leap to Joe Rogan, because Joe Rogan got it on lock now, but Alex Jones was the guy at that time. So, okay. So how do you get connected with Joe Rogan? I get, one of his friends seen. So what, did they see you on your platform Spaces, or did they see you on Fox or InfoWars?
Joe won't tell me.
Interesting.
He won't tell me who. He said he doesn't remember. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't believe him. Maybe it's true, but he said he doesn't remember.
I was about to say that's BS.
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe that.
My guess is Alex told him. I think Alex told him to have me on. That's my guess. So I did Rogan. And that was tremendous in building up my profile, because once you do Rogan, you're like basically stamped, right? And then I did Rogan twice, and then I was just like stamped. Right? Like now you just, like
passport is crazy.
Yeah, the passport is crazy.
Internet passport is crazy.
Yeah. there's nothing I can't do now. Like there's not a single interview I can't get. Right. You know, if I want to have somebody on my show, I just have to reach out and they go, oh yeah, Hotep Jesus from Joe Rogan. And they usually accept it. Like
you have a hell of a you know, I was scrolling through those interviews. I was like, oh shit. Yeah. You got a hell of a nice little resume. So if y'all aren't already hip, because clearly I've been living under a rock, but there may be other folks under the rock with me. So if you're not already hip, go to Hotep Jesus YouTube page. There's some content over there you need to consume. I just can't even say it no other. It's some content over there you need to consume.
But now keep in mind that on the first appearance of Joe Rogan, I'm representing House of Consciousness. I'm representing 125th Street. Because that's when I hit him with the not all slaves came from Africa shit. Now that's regular information to the conscious community, depending on where you are in the debate, right?
Yeah, but out there it's out
there that's like, you know, and I don't even know it at the time. I'm just saying it to Joe like it's normal, and he looking at me shocked, and I'm like, this is shocking information. So I mentioned Dr. Cabinet's name on there, and I mentioned Shaka's name. Now keep in mind, me and Shaka not tight yet. After Shaka got his phone blown up because I mentioned him on that show, now I'm his brother. I'm his boy now, right?
Okay.
Kaba Kamene comes on. Now you got to remember, I'm jumping over everybody, but when I have Kaba on my platform, I'm like in tears. Literally, you can go watch my second interview with Dr. Kaba Kamene. I broke down into tears.
Wow.
Live on YouTube. I cried. The only time you'll ever see me cry on the internet. Because
you know the funny thing is there may not have ever been a Minister EnQi without Booker T. Coleman, aka Brother Kaba.
Really?
Yeah. So
yeah, he was the pinnacle for me.
I'm working in Bay Plaza, Verizon store, selling phones, and a young, flashy, pretty boy, light-skinned nigga walks in, and I'm aggressive. We worked on commission. I had the highest commission rate on the East Coast in Verizon. So it was people couldn't even get a check in the same store with me. It was ugly. So anyway, this young guy walk in, and immediately I grab him. We start talking about the new phones or whatever. And so we get a good idea what he want to do, which is kind of similar to every young guy that walk in. They want the most expensive phone with all the accessories and apps and all kind of shit on their phone. So we go through this whole program for about 30 minutes, and he's like, all right, well, you got to explain this to my dad. So his dad come in, and he's dressed like, but now the son give me like a little disclaimer, like, well, my dad is kind of like different.
Okay.
So he comes in, and his brother Kaba, you know what I'm saying? Now, to the young man's surprise, the same way me and him instantly connected, and we in the hip hop world, and we on the street.
Wait, that's in the set you talking about right there. The young light skinned brother, that's in the set.
Correct.
Okay.
So we in the street with it, we in the music with it, we all over the place. Like we long lost brothers. We salesmen, you know what I'm saying? So when dad comes in, me and him connect the same type of way. So now the young, we like, how you? And this is what I do.
Right.
But me and brother Kaba had, like he had saw something in me. He never really informed me what it was, but he was like, you don't belong in this store. You belong doing something else. So this is what I want you to do. I'll be back again in another couple of months because I'm sure he's going to break that or something else. So I wind up selling him the phone and all that. But while that's happening, He's like, so this is what I need you to do. You're going to go get these 3 books and you're going to read these 3 books. And by the time I come back, you're going to be able to tell me about all 3 books. Now, 2 out of the 3 books, I forgot what they was. But one of the books was Animals in the Digestive System, which was a book about eating animals and the transmission of autoimmune disease, cancer, tumors, and brain disease, and all that kind of stuff. So by the time he came back to the store, I was there, and I broke down the books to him, and we started talking about the AIDS book, and we just so every so many months he comes to the store. We have these little powwow sessions where he kind of sends me home with homework and shit, and so it's like this little unspoken teacher-student kind of thing we got going on through the phone store. Fast forward, one day I'm on 125th, and he's standing out there. Now, mind you, I know who Sa is at the time, but Sa doesn't really know who I am at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like at this moment, I'm kind of like how you was when you first saw Sa and Red Pill. But the only difference is, Kaba's on the camera and he's getting ready to blow me up. So Sa's out there interviewing Kaba, and they get to some point in the conversation. Mind you, it's a whole, it's like 100 people, 50, like 70, 80 people. Yeah, it's crazy. And so they get to some point in the conversation, and Kaba's like, yeah, all you got to do is ask my student right there. And points over, pointing that I had to look behind me like, who is he? And so,
wow.
Yeah. And so that
I'm envious. I'm jealous.
That was how I first got on Sa camera for the first time.
Oh, you had Kaba and you got on Sa's camera? You had everything I wanted.
Yeah. And then after that, Sa's a tough cookie to crack. So even after that moment, that was just a moment as far as Sa was concerned. You know, after that, so, but me and Kaba kept building, and then he let me know he'd be down the block with EnQi and Brother Azariah. And EnQi had a dojo where he was training the martial arts and all that on 125th between 5th and Madison. And so they started letting me come up there, do my own, I used to started opening up for Kaba and then opening up for whoever they brought to 125th. And then I started doing my own classes up in there. So they start sharpening up my teacher skills. And then, every day they would lean on me with at least like 30 minutes of, you need to quit that job. You need to quit that job. You need to quit that. I'm like, I have too many children.
I need that check. Absolutely.
Man, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't ready to walk on water at that time. But eventually I had to have my walk on water moment. But yeah. So Brother Kaba.
Yeah.
You in tears, your second interview with Brother Kaba. Let's go.
So when I go on Joe Rogan, I know I can't tell the full story because I'm studying the House of Consciousness, right? I'm studying the consciousness, I'm studying 125th Street, but where I'm really deeply studying is mobile app marketing, digital marketing, right? So I know that better than anything. But I know enough, and I have enough common sense that I could guide you. So I'm pointing to the sources. I'm like, yo, you got to read Ivan Van Sertima, and then I mentioned Shaka, and then I mentioned Kaba Kabane. So I mentioned Kaba reached out to me like, because his phone start blowing up. Shaka phone start blowing up. So they reach out to me, and that's how I was able to get them on the channel. When I got Kaba on, I remember him doing it was like a 5-hour lecture on the Dogon tribe. I must have watched that lecture like 20 times, just that one lecture. You know what I'm saying? So when I get him on, this is like I done did 50. I done did Mel. I done did Rogan. Copy is the capstone. So he comes on my platform. Me and him still have a wonderful relationship. I support everything he does. He's shooting documentaries in the set right now. I love what's happening over there. Shaka, I've worked with Shaka a lot in the past on some of his projects. He's got a film he's coming out. I work with him on the film a little bit. And so then Brother Polite turns out to be whatever the fuck he is. Pedophile or some shit, you know what I mean? I never really fuck with Tazariak because I align with Kemet. I don't align with the Hebrew Israelite. I'm like, why would I go to the copycat instead of the original? It just didn't make sense to me. So
that's that Newark shit again.
just didn't make sense. I'm Hotep, I'm Kemet, and that's where we sticking at. You know what I mean? And then, about 3 months ago, I'm back in my health kick, right? Because last year we launched the supplement brand, right? We selling herbal supplements. So I'm back in my health kick and I'm looking for the science information.
Let's see that again.
So we got Apex here and we got Flow. Herbal supplement. This is for your brain. This one's for your hormones, testosterone. It's got saponins in here, so it's got nature's steroids. So we're doing, that At a Men of Order project. So I want to sharpen my knowledge on the human body. Plus, I got kids. I want to know, what do we put in our body? Because you got to remember, when I was in the conscious community, I'm vegan, right? So I'm like, I'm sabied up. You know what I mean? I'm vegan. Technically, I'm a startitarian, right? But
that's the first step.
Right. So now I done went to Africa, right? Worked on the project, Moringa oleifera, doing all of that. So I had great success with that project. So about 3 months ago, I'm looking for the science information. So I type in Sabi and I'm listening to Sabi. I'm like, nah, this ain't doing it for me. It's not getting into the weeds enough for me. So I'm listening to Sabi, son and his sister. I'm like, this is good, but they're not getting in the weeds enough for me. And I'm like, man, where the hell is Minister EnQi at? So I type in EnQi because I'm like, I remember EnQi used to get in the weeds with the science. And then I played your video. I'm like, this the shit I need to listen to because he's getting in the weeds. So I'm listening to EnQi, and it's different channels. And I'm like, where is EnQi's channel? So I can't find your channel. I can't find EnQi. Some way, happenstance, I find your channel, I subscribe, and you go live. And I think I'm driving at the time, so I'm just playing it live. Then last Sunday, I'm sitting in bed, and I get the notification that you're online. Or I saw you online, because I hadn't gotten the notification yet. I saw you online. I'm like, oh, he online right now? Oh, shit, this is his channel. So I hit the thing, and I'm watching. Because, sometimes people go live, but they play old videos. Sa'll do that, right? Sa'll go live and then play some old shit. So I don't know, what exactly is happening. So I type in the chat, and I'm like, oh, snap, you really live. So I'm like, yo, I got to connect with you. Fast forward, I done got my trifecta. I done got Kaba. I done got Shaka. Now I got EnQi. It's time to roll now. I don't need nobody else in the House of Consciousness. I got my science and I got my Kemet. That's all good. That's all I needed to round out my mind. Because I'm a geek and I need teachers, right? I need mentors. I need people who have gotten in the weeds of all of this to teach me, right? Because my role, if you ask anybody at Hotep Nation, my role, I'm more of a facilitator, right? Like, I know how to build the crowd. I know how to build the community. I know how to teach and I know what I know. But when it comes to that, what's funny, yo, about the conscious shit? I stopped studying African and Black history because my questions got answered. And once my questions got answered, I didn't care about studying this shit no more. Like I felt like, I know enough about black people. I don't want to study this shit no more. I'm gonna go study white people. And I wanted to know white people better than white people. I wanted to know the European better than the European. And I'm pretty good at that now. And I'm getting better.
It was on full display today. It was on full display today.
You saw it today.
That was thorough today.
Thank you. So I like telling white people history about themselves that they don't even know, right? Anyway, there was only one question I had when it came to my studies, and that was, how is it the black man fell from the top of the pyramid to the bottom of the pyramid? And once I got that question answered, I didn't care to study anymore. I was just like, I got my answers. Next, right? Like that's just how my interests work. And it was, somebody suggested the book to me. It was called Destruction of Black Civilization by Chancellor Williams. One of the greatest books I ever read. And when I read that book, it answered that question. It told me our lineage, it provided sources, and it answered the question. And the answer to that question was religious missionaries. And when I got that piece of information, I was like, damn, religious missionaries were the first spies. And then the incursion of Islam. And the brothers, like, do I follow my Islam brother or my African brother? And they was choosing Islam over their blackness, over their Africanness. So once I got that information, I was like, this Kemet studies is, I don't want to hear about shit. It's not that I didn't want to hear about it anymore. I didn't want to study it anymore. I still love, like when Shaka go live, when Shaka published a video, I watch all his shit. I watch all of Shaka shit because I'm still interested in the subject matter. But when I sit down and study, I'm studying European history. I'm studying Russian history. I'm studying.
It was in your Russian bag today.
Yeah, I'm deep in them studies because it's uncharted waters. Why would I go and teach people what Shaka is teaching people? We're cannibalizing ourselves. No, y'all want to learn Kemet? Go to Shaka. I'm not going to study Kemet when it's already been studied by an individual. Y'all want to learn about science? Go watch EnQi. So I point people, go talk to Kaaba, right? I point to people. But what I noticed was when it came to white history, nobody was out here teaching the shit that I was discovering. And nobody was interpreting the facts the way I was. And that's when I became a modern marvel amongst the right wing, because I'm taking their history and I'm speaking about shit that all of them are scared to speak about. So I became sort of a modern marvel, and I'm getting better at it as I'm learning more. And really the reason why, I'm going to tell you the reason why I had to study European history is because I had to understand how we got here. So I understand how Africans fell to the bottom of the totem pole. Now I'm trying to figure out how the white man fell to the bottom of the totem pole, right? How did America become, how did I become an American, right? So that's the new question for me, is understanding and unraveling modern history, because studying African history is ancient history, right? That's basically 15th century and earlier, right? Well, what about recent history? What about the past 100 years?
No, listen, you sold up Israel, Britain, America. That was seamless. You did that. I mean, there's some details, obviously a lot more details, but that was seamless today. That was seamless.
Thank you.
Like I said, if y'all haven't, go over to Hotep Jesus. Okay. I'm Moses. I'm Hotep Moses. I'm Moses Hotep right now. I'm leading the mass exodus over into Hotepistan. Okay, if y'all don't know where Hotepistan is, that is the state, the country, the niche, the internet real estate that is the nation of Hotep, that Hotep Jesus has carved out. If you haven't got it yet from this, what is this, a biography, autobiography we did here tonight?
Yeah, it's a biography. Yep.
Yeah. So he's created a nice platform. Do not go over there and get spoiled. Let me take him off the screen for a second. I talk to my people. Listen, don't go over to his page and get spoiled. I do not know how to make my page look like his shit looks super professional. Like he stole a Fox 5 staff.
I did. I stole their whole format.
Man, that shit looks super clean over there. Do not start asking me when is my page gonna look like Hotep Jesus page.
We're gonna make it. I'm gonna show you how. I'm gonna show you all my tools and tricks in the tricks bag. I'm gonna make your page look just like mine or better. Absolutely. But yeah, being in them circles and the Fox News circles, you kind of see how things are supposed to be done. So I'm still, learning and paying attention and, getting information. But yeah, so all of this is not possible without the conscious community. Like, I don't have that viral moment on Joe Rogan without the conscious community, without that inspiration. I think it's a good episode without it, but that's the part that is, to this day, TikTok, it just goes viral on.
Listen, that's dope and all that, but I'm going to go further. You don't have any of these moments without your dad. So men out there, you gotta influence, you gotta reflect on your babies. You know what I'm saying? Even if they're not listening in real time, what you're telling them is being lodged somewhere in the back of their consciousness, and it will pop out at some point. You know what I'm saying? Because you get guys in their 40s to start talking about their past, and all of a sudden it's, well, I remember when I was 7, me and my dad, and when I was 10, me and my dad had, and so it was this book laying around the house, and he was like, these are the things that lead, because life is a series of micro decisions. It's just a series of choices, small choices over and 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 over.
Correct.
And certain little experiences we have, whether they're dopamine based or whether they're adrenaline based, those get etched into our memory. And those will be reference points that we decide left or right based on that moment. We'll look back. All right, man, people surrounding the bus, and let me just throw the dice, man. Fuck it.
And you know what word always stuck out that my dad taught me was melanin, right? When I was a kid, I used to mention the word melanin and nobody knew what that word meant, right? I was one of the first people anywhere that knew about the word melanin because of my dad. And I remember going on YouTube, looking up information, and I devoured your courses on melanin. And then I started talking about melanin, and that's when I used to blow people's minds, where they used to be like, they used to say shit like, I'm melanin. White people say, oh, the melanin challenged, or people say we're the melanated people. And then I'd come on my channel like, white people got melanin too. And then I hit them with it's different types of melanin. You got pheomelanin, you got eumelanin, that's EU melanin. One of them is selenium based, the other one is sulfur based. And then when I hit them with that, they thought I was a genius, but that was a combination of what I learned from you and Dr. Ricks, right? So again, the command of information I had when white conservatives and the right wing saw me, I was a marvel to them But it was because I had came from the conscious community. And as I started building a base and a lot of these people were white, I'm telling them like, yo, this information is old. Go get it. This is all 125th Street. Go follow EnQi. Go follow Kaba. Go follow Shaka. The information that exists. And you know what I used to say is this is like grade 1 for a Hotep. You know, like melanin, that's grade 1 for a Hotep. You know, like the shit y'all discovering, you know, that's basic information for Hoteps. We on some new shit now. We talk about microbiome and all types of like, you know what I mean? Photon energy. We somewhere else in advanced, right? Hotep. But I used to tell them like some of the stuff I'm saying is like, that's basic information. Like I done forgot half this shit, you know? But it's all because of the conscious community. It's all because of that 125th Street movement. You know,
that's crazy.
The thing is, I'm looking at the conscious movement and I'm seeing, I gotta be honest with you, I'm seeing a bunch of boomers. I'm looking at them and I'm like, these niggas got all this information, don't know what to do with it. Look at these niggas. These niggas stupid as shit. Smart, dumb niggas.
That's what it is. Because and this is what I try to explain to folks. I was like, people may give the facade of knowing it all, but people that are really, 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 really well studied in their thing, they probably don't know much else because they spend all their time on that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if I tell people all the time, like I can't change a tire. Now, if you want to ask me how to, you know, mitochondrial biogenesis, like if you want to have that conversation, I'm your guy. I could take you as far as like I could go to your ears bleed. But if we get a flat on the highway, we're gonna have to call AAA.
I can't tell Hotepistan that. We're gonna get you right though. Yeah, but I'm looking at it, and from all I learned from y'all about nation building and all of this stuff, I made one single tweak. And I said, this one tweak is either gonna make or break me. One tweak.
You rolling
the dice again. And I said, we're going to let white people in the movement.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Because I'm looking at the conscious movement and everybody got this anti-white talk. I'm looking at the conservatives movement and they got all this anti-black talk. And I'm like, I see a niche.
Bro, listen, this is why you my spirit animal. You my twin from my brother from another mother, because and I had to get this education from my brothers. Shout out to Architect and Ali. Matter of fact, this is a good moment for me to plug Ali in real quick.
Peace to the family. This is Abdul Ali, candidate for U.S. House District 12 here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Let's just be real, folks. The Democrats have destroyed our major cities. Their policies have made us less safe. They've given us less economic opportunity, and they've provided less educational opportunities for our children. And that's why I'm running for Congress, because I know what it takes to improve these issues. I've got great working relationships already in D.C. I've spent the last 10 years of my life building my political resume so that one...
That's the algorithm.
Yeah, that's the algorithm right there. So, you know, now when I'm a kid and we in the Bronx, this is back in the days where the KISS van and the WBLS van used to pull up in the neighborhood, give away T-shirts and albums and
street team.
So, yeah. And the politicians used to always have them come out so they could, you know, pretend like they gave a, you know, like they cared. So they come through the neighborhood one time and they talking Democrat and Republican. I'm a kid. I don't know what. So I run upstairs. I tell my mom, I'm like, yeah, they got like Jackson 5 albums outside. You need to come outside. Are we Democrats or Republicans? I hope we Democrats because they giving away free albums. So she like, of course, if you're black, that means you're Democrat. Republican means you're a white person. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So I went outside, confident in the motherfucker. I went outside, got me t-shirts, albums, everything. I was like, yeah, I'm black. I'm black. I know what that means. So severely miseducated, right? So years later, I get a little wherewithal. I do a little self-education, but not till I meet the brothers, the twins, that I really get the inside, you know what I'm saying, and realize that the conscious community, as smart as they are, largely are probably the most brainwashed group on the planet. Because all of the conscious community is conservative. Yes. Everyone is conservative. Like this, I don't know anybody that I've met in the conscious community that's not a conservative.
All conservative. Extreme conservative too.
What? Going back from Elijah Muhammad days, like, yeah, we need to open up our own businesses and do for self and raise our own babies. I'm like, nigga, those are the cornerstones of conservatism. Like, that's what it means to be a conservative. Like,
yeah.
But then somehow they get to the voting poll and then pull the Democrat. I said, wait a minute. Did you niggas know that the Democrats was the slavers? That was the. I said, what do we? You know who you voting for? Joe Biden, Mr. Crime Bill. Like, what do you? How do you? And then on the flip side, stuff that fewer people knew still. You know what I'm saying? But my dad was radical. So stuff that he would, drop jewels on us. So I knew that Biden was down with Richard Nixon. Yeah, like, I try to remind folks, I'm like, before the crime bill, like, y'all trying to give him a pass on this crime bill thing, but this is Biden's whole career. When the Richard Nixon tapes blew up, and they're like, oh, yeah, well, Richard Nixon was saying this racist, blah, 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 blah. He was on the phone in some of them tapes with Biden.
Wow.
I'm like, yo, y'all niggas bugging because he a Democrat. People not putting two and two together. And then their little unit was behind the food pyramid. So I'm personally permanently rubbed the wrong way forever with that whole cabal of politicians that was behind the food pyramid. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so I'm like, yeah, how do we talk this? Raise our kids, homeschool, open up business. I like, how do we do that? And then Democrat, like I said, okay,
and they vote right against your interests.
Man, I said, so clearly there's a space where racism may play a role, but I think I ain't gonna say 90. I'm gonna say a strong 70% of what we consider to be racism is misappropriated energy because we don't have the political savvy. We don't know we don't have that. We haven't really had that conversation.
I don't know though.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I'm starting to question that.
Well, in 2024 is different because we've had, what I'm saying, but this is 2012.
Well, what I'm saying is when we vote for the Democrats, technically we're voting against our interests, right?
Facts.
But the Republicans aren't even there. Like, they're not even actively trying to get our vote. Like, they don't, like you said, the Democrats showed up and was giving away albums.
Yeah.
Where were the Republicans? You didn't see Republicans in the hood.
That is a fact.
So Republicans have sort of a standoff approach, right? Like, oh, well, the Democrats got the black vote. We're just going to focus on white folks, right? And
they're going to do the numbers. They're going to go, it's only 13% of the country anyway. We good. We're going to work on this 60%, 70%. We're going to lean over here.
But when they say Republicans are racist, it's kind of true.
Well, they're conservative.
They're conservative. They're conservative.
They're conservative.
So here's the issue. White conservatives suffer from the same ignorance that black people suffer from politically. And this is what keeps us apart.
Lack of education.
Right? Yes. So you're not wrong when you say, you know, we aren't politically studied, but technically we're just following the vibe we feel. We just don't get a good vibe from the Republicans. So it's kind of hard to vote for somebody that's giving you a bad vibe, right? And for a while, I thought that the vibe didn't exist. And that's why I went deep inside the conservative movement, the Republican movement, to understand what was going on. And what I realized was Republicans and conservatives don't understand black people, like, at all. What they see are what the TV allows them to see.
Numbers, that's it. But the difference is they haven't been using us as pawns in the way that the Democrats have.
That's correct.
And they haven't monetized our misery.
Well, I'm talking about the voters, not the establishment, the voters. I'm talking about the people, the populist movement, right? So
I'm talking about the politicians. I'm talking about Joe stinking ass Biden.
Right. I'm talking about the people, though.
Yeah.
The people really believe that we think like Kamala Harris, that we think like Don Lemon.
Here's the thing, and I was having this conversation with Chase and Caleb, maybe a couple days ago. I said, because we live in these cities that are heavily populated with black folks, we tend to believe that America is heavily populated with black folks like that.
Yeah.
But that is not the case. That is an illusion. So you have a lot of white folks that they haven't really interacted with black folks at all. They only know, like, they're watching Power. They're watching Power on TV. They're like, oh, so this is black. Okay, so this is black culture right here. This is what it means. And so that's one of the dangers of social media, because I'm trying to tell people, like, listen, y'all know we are creating time capsules here. Like forget other people for a second. Your grandkids, like the way, we would have a photo album. Your grandkids and great grandkids, after you're long gone, they're going to have your social media page.
Word.
Yep. Are you sure that your social media page is, if you were sitting down with your son's son, 5-6 generations ahead, is the story that your social media page the story you want to tell your great grandson? And a lot of people are like, I didn't think of it that way. Yeah, because everything else is going to disappear. Yep. And we've already signed these contracts with the social media, companies that they can have, we're in partnership with them. So our images and things that we put up, they are partial owners of our intellectual property and image and likeness and all that. So, we've already seen people, celebrities, if you will, at different levels die, but their pages are still popping. Their Facebook, their IG, so we, this digital virtual thing, like, we haven't, the other shoe hasn't dropped yet. I think the other shoe is getting ready to drop, though, and this will be a good question. I want to get your opinion on AI, because what I feel like is getting ready to happen with the music is that, because everything is driven on neurochemistry and addiction, they own the rights to image and likeness of such a wide variety of artists that they could run the music business without actual humans now. They could just have, I mean, not necessarily human performers. Like they would still need producers and writers.
Yeah.
But they can have you write a song and this be the next Drake joint, or this be the next Biggie joint, or the next, you know, Pop Smoke, you know, whoever your vibe fits, they can put that on the artist and drop the artist's new album. And
yeah, I think in order to understand that, you got to take a look. You got to study Japan. Japan has virtual pop artists.
Interesting.
They got virtual pop artists and they got real pop artists. Anybody in the chat, if there's anybody in the chat that's familiar with their virtual pop artists, pop their names in the chat and tell me, are they more popping than the actual artists? My guess is that there is going to be a place for AI music and licensing, you know, for like film and TV commercials, but I can't see the AI replacing humans as far as music is concerned, because everybody knows that it's not really the music that sells. It's the person.
Yeah, but you know, the record labels had some revelations about that during COVID. And so, you know, post-COVID, you notice they done dropped like 60 to 70% of their staffs. Like they're
That's
you
correct.
know, quiet as kept. They're behind the scenes making a massive shift into, and then you know, Kendrick just got, you know, some people don't believe it, but for me, knowing what I know, I believe it. You know, not just the fact that I'm a hater, but you know, a young man came on Academics page and said, you know, they hired me to do some bot work.
Yeah.
Some bot work for Kendrick, and they ain't paid me my full, you know, and you know, people were like, oh no, they didn't use bots. This is blasphemy. I'm like, what? Are you niggas insane? Bots are part and parcel of this whole experience. Yeah.
I mean, everybody uses bots. I mean, that's not like a big story.
Yeah.
The entire
For
industry.
John to public that doesn't know any better, that's outside of the marketing loop. They're like,
EnQi. I was running a bot on MySpace in fucking 2005.
Wow. Stop right there. You already dated it. As soon as you said you had bots on MySpace, that was
my page was automated using software.
Wow.
I had software set up and designed to go and follow and like pictures of random people. I would just set the parameters in the software, and that's why I had one of the biggest pages on MySpace. And it was this white boy that put me on to this shit. He like, yo, you want to grow your MySpace? Yeah, you gotta get the software. When Dat Piff popped off, right? On Dat Piff, you used to have to pay to be on the front page unless your record trended. I went and bought software for like $50. I type in how many plays I want, and it would just bot my plays and up to the front page. Early days of YouTube, we used to bot that shit too. Like botting is not like right now. It's like if you not botting, you not trying.
That's a standard part. You can't be a big artist without, like, that's the bot team now is what the street team was.
Correct.
In the 90s. Like you had to have a street team or your joint just wasn't going to pop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Fast forward 30 years, you have to have the internet's version of the street team. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
I don't need it now, right? Because I already reached my success. But in the early days, if I wanted my YouTube video to trend, we used to hit Control R. Control R would get you your first 300 plays, and then you bought the next 1,000, and then that would get you trending to the front page. I used to bot my Twitter in the early days. I remember when my first Twitter page, I had a piece of software, and basically what I did was I bought 170 accounts, okay, on the dark web. And I took those 170 accounts and I programmed into the software. And then I scraped all the Kardashian sisters' tweets and put them into the database. The bots used to tweet using those tweets. And whenever I told it to, it would retweet my tweets. And I get 170 retweets using the bot software. That's how I was blowing up so fast. It was a lot of work. I ain't gonna hold you, like, because what happens is your bot will go down.
There's a lot of Newark shit going on with you. It's a lot of I'm so hood. A lot of hood shit going on. It's a lot of internet hood shit going on with Hotep Jesus.
170 bots, all bitches, all fine bitches, because you would put the profile pictures. I had to sit there and program 170 accounts, then put them in the software and they would automate. But every once in a while they would go down because Twitter would say, I think this is botted information. So you have to go in and you have to type in the captcha, right? So you type in the captcha and it'd be like, okay, this is a person. So as long as you did that, you was good. So anytime I wanted, I'd hit one button and all 70 accounts. So what I started to do is I started creating what I called circles, right? So I could wrap a whole entire community. So let's say it was Hot 97, 1051, Funk Master Flex, DJ Clue, whoever, right? I would take all the people that follow those people and wrap them in the bubble. So when I told those accounts to retweet, it seemed like I was taking over people's timelines. But really, it's because I created the bubble around them. So now you fast forward. Now this is 2010. So now you fast forward 2024 and people are like, Kendrick is botting. And I'm like, nigga, of course he's botting. I was botting. This is part of the game.
You're not moving millions, and you're not the million. That's a part and parcel. That's a part of the. So what happened was initially platforms would try to stop the botting. You know what I'm saying? And they had to bow out. So now this is why on every platform you can purchase your bot action directly from them. So you can go to Facebook and you can pay Facebook for your views and etc. Or pay IG and they'll make sure you get your views, or do the Google Play thing and buy, your views from YouTube. And so they had to get a piece of the action. They had to we can't stop this. So yeah, we might as well make this direct, but you can cut out the middleman.
The crazy part now is with AI. So first of all, I'm starting to see race bots. They got race bots. They got all types of bots on Twitter, but they got race bots. They got antagonist bots, and they're connected to AI. And just the other day, I'm like, man, I should start botting again, man, just for the fun of it. But I just don't have time to set the whole software up, and because it's a full-time job to do that botting shit. I don't have the time no more. But now with AI, bro, you could have like the bots is so much more advanced where you're like, is this a person? Like, because the response can go to the AI and the AI knows how to respond to it. Back when I was botting, you replied to my bot, it didn't reply. There was no reply button. Now with AI,
it's crazy now. You can set up responses and you can funnel people down. You can start sending out. You could tell from your social media to email and text message and all kind of shit. Yeah.
And they won't even know it's a bot, especially if they're a boomer.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, they said Kendrick was botting, and I'm like, nigga, everybody bots. The whole industry is.
If you're not botting, you're not successful.
You get stuck behind the algorithm.
Yeah.
Because the algorithm limits you and says, are you paying ads? If not paying ads, do not boost.
That's right.
Send that shit away.
Exit stage left. You got to go that way.
Yeah. So what you got to do is the bot interaction tricks the algorithm into thinking, okay, this is so popular, we got to let them through. So then your tweet bypasses that barrier of saying advertise. It goes, no, this is too good. They don't have to advertise, let it through, because we need the traction. We need the engagement. So the bots help you break the algorithm. Same thing in the early YouTube days. If I want to get on the front page of YouTube, I had to break the algorithm using the bot traffic. We used to buy proxies, and you'd have the proxy IP addresses and the ports. So you'd have to buy the proxy and ports. Those are like $30 a month. You can get like 4 or 5 proxies, and they would bounce between Russia and Ukraine and Poland, and they would just cycle. So, when you did the bot traffic, they wouldn't know where it was coming from. So it looked organic. Or parts of the USA, Seattle, New York, Texas, and it would just cycle. Yeah. It's the shit we was doing. This is when I was a starving artist. This is the shit we was doing to get on, bro.
Yo, they like, yeah, this is a classic. This is a classic Hotep Jesus interview right here.
I've never told people this stuff either. This is a one of one.
I can tell because you used to be in the interviewer, not the interviewee.
Yeah. But Demic put me up on a lot of that stuff too.
Who?
Demic, that was my partner I toured with.
After your original artist got locked up. Yeah.
Demic is deep into marketing and digital marketing. He made $1 million. He made $500,000 off of Twitter in their program, and he botted the traffic and robbed. He got a bag off of Twitter, using them bots, using Ukrainian accounts. Yeah, got $500,000 off of Twitter.
Interesting.
Yeah, now that nigga can hack the internet. Demic know how to hack the internet. Yeah, you want to hack the internet? Call Demic. That nigga show you how to hack it. Real talk.
People at home like, we see EnQi's brain. We could see a vein popping out of the side of
it. So the thing was, EnQi, I got disillusioned with the bots. For me, it was like, this is too easy. And I felt like we were spoiled by using the bots. So I was like, if we're botting, that means we're not figuring out how to break the algorithm of the human mind. So that's what I became enchanted with. How do I break the algorithm of the human mind? Then I don't got to worry about the computer algorithms and the bots. And mostly because I was doing the bots, it was too much fucking work. So I said, yo, I'm not using the bots. I'm not doing this. I'm going to figure out how to hack the human mind. And that's when you got the Starbucks stunt, the InfoWars, the Rogan, because I hacked the human mind. I didn't need to hack the algorithm. I learned how to hack the mind.
Bodybuilding and left the steroids alone.
There you go.
Yeah, the bots are the internet steroids.
The bots are the internet steroids. And I wanted to know how to do it organically. So Demic, so that's what made me and Demic a sick ass team, was he was the steroids and I was the organic. Because I cracked the human mind and he cracked the robot mind. So when you put us together, nigga, unstoppable.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah.
The resume says so.
Word.
The resume says so. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I have any more. How many children you got?
4.
4 babies.
How
many
got
boys?
Twin boys. They 14. My oldest is
identical or fraternal?
Fraternal.
Interesting.
You got twins?
I got 2 sets.
You got 2 sets of twins?
2 sets.
Identical
Yeah.
or fraternal?
Fraternal. I
Wow.
got Kylie and Aubrey, 9 years old, and then I have Caleb and Chloe, 12 years old.
So what does that mean, EnQi? You the science guy. What happened there that we had twins? What does that say about our genetics that we had twins, and also why they came fraternal and not? Well, I know how they become fraternal and identical, but what does that say about us that we popping out twins?
I guess we just quote 50. Bitch, I'm the man.
That's what I wanted to hear. That's what I wanted to hear.
You know what I'm saying? Clearly the herbs are working, but no, fraternal twins are the natural twins, actually. Identical twins are not natural. I know some people are like, wait a minute, but what do you mean they're not natural?
It's two different eggs, it's fraternal.
Right. If you're potent enough that your sperm can go to both sides of a woman and fertilize both, because sometimes you got men, like nowadays, you got men barely struggling to fertilize one egg. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have a healthy semen to be able to fertilize 2 eggs in one shot. And then on the flip side, though, it speaks to the sister as well. She's got to have healthy eggs on both sides. And then, she's carrying 2 babies for you at one time. Whereas with identical twins, it's just one egg gets fertilized and there's so much acid that egg actually breaks into 2 or 3 or whatever the case may be. And, so you have identical, you have the sharing of genetic material as opposed to 2 completely different sets of genetic material.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, yeah. So we is the man. We had 2 eggs.
Yeah. Fraternal, you kind of need some genes and some upstream, you know what I'm saying? So I had some genes in the family. I'm from my dad's side, and she had a bunch of genes in her family, from her mom directly for twins. So it just kind of came together. And then I was working on my bone marrow washing at the time, and that's what kicked it in, So I was doing my practices. I was doing my martial arts, my secret cultivation martial arts, and that's what I figured. So I cracked the code, you know what I'm saying? And my children, first I was having all girls, you know what I'm saying? And they started to get darker and darker. And I realized I was on to something. I was like, oh shit, hold up. And then I had my first son. I was like, oh, I made this. Okay, let me double down. And then I started having boys, you know what I'm saying? And so, I had James, then I had Chase. And then I'm like, okay, we getting ready to go all the way in now. Now that I had a little bit of proof that this shit works, because I'm deep into ancient Egyptian and Chinese cultivation and Damo and Sha. I'm in the whole nother universe with this shit. I can't even talk to other people about this because they don't even know what, you know what I'm saying? As much time as we spend covering ancient Egypt, you know what I'm saying? Like as a group, we relatively are novices outside of that. You know what I'm saying? And so I buckled down. I'm like, okay, I am going to get this whole semen retention thing down pat. I'm going to master this before I have another set of, before I have any more children. I'm going to master this. And so it took me about a good 3 to 6 months to stop having mistakes, because semen retention is not about avoiding sex. It's about having a lot of sex, but just not allowing the semen to come out. And obviously not having blue balls or hurting yourself either. So you know, had to figure that out. It took me a little while, but then I did it for 12 months. Once I figured it out how to do it, I did it for 12 months straight. And then that first time that I let that monster go, it was twins. And I was like, oh shit, this is up. You know what I'm saying? And then from there, I did it again. But at the time I had my second set of twins, I'm like, okay, you gotta relax, champ, because you got too many babies. Yeah, too many babies. And my
And you got,
children's
how many you
mom,
got now? 22, right?
man, it feel like it.
He got more kids than Boosie.
I'm up there. I got 10, but I got 5 little ones. I got 5 adults.
Okay.
But, yeah, but she was good at making them, but not so much holding it down with me to raise them. So I was like, okay, I gotta focus on, you know, I gotta cultivate, you know what I'm saying? I gotta focus on raising these babies and doing that, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, women
that's
suck
why
at raising kids anyway.
That's why I be a little bit jaded with some of the personalities in the conscious community. Cause I'm like, hold on, how is these niggas talking about male accountability and these niggas don't raise their kids? Like, what are we doing right now? How are you niggas nation? How you community leaders and you don't? What are we doing right now? You niggas don't raise your kids, but you online trying to raise mine, nigga. What? No, sir.
They tried to put that shit on me in the early days. They tried to say, they was like, you know, Hotep Jesus don't take care of kids. He on child support. And I'm like, my daughter's sitting right next to but that's that's what it is. Like a lot of cats not
shit situational.
But that's how it is. Like they are so used to niggas in the conscious community talking that shit and not raising their kids. And it's true. A lot of these niggas be talking that shit. I ain't gonna name no names, but you know, they be out here.
Or if they have 5 children, they got 5 baby mothers. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't have that situation. I had 8 children with 1 lady that I was married to. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it wasn't like a fake. You know, it wasn't one of those situations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I get when, because people that's what it pops in their mind immediately. Like, oh, this thing got 1,000 baby mamas. He was throwing his thing on the dice table every. No, that's not what we were doing.
I see niggas out here ripping and running now all over talking about how successful they are. Meanwhile, I got info coming in and I'm like, it's another nigga raising your baby.
Well, look, that's the thing with the food thing that I be trying to stress to folks. Like, okay, so here's the thing with going to these other guys that's trying to sell you a $2,500 detox package. First of all, these guys either don't have kids or don't take care of them, because if they did, they would know we don't have the money to come in the house with 5 monthly detox kits at $2,000 a pop.
Right.
And if you trying to change your life and you coming in with the green drink and the, you know, how you come in with the alkaline, you know, you coming in with the kale salad and the green smoothie, and you got
fruity pebbles and McDonald's, kids.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever that is, it's supposed to go all the way around. You got to come in with one for everybody in the house, because the other part to me doing my practices and cultivating my semen and all that was I was an absolute Nazi. When I tell you an absolute Nazi, like Crystal had to go out. She had to sneak out with her friends to eat other weird, you know, like to eat shit she was interested in. You know what I'm saying? Because I was an absolute Nazi with controlling the kitchen. Like, period. Anything else I really didn't care about. But what goes into the refrigerator, what goes into the pots, I'm like, nah, you got to relax. I get babies out of that body. So you can't just throw anything in there. I'm going to need you to. So here's how we made, and we would like, you know, a lot of times we lived out of the blender. Even a lot of people over the years, especially when I had people dealing with cancer, like we beat cancer a few times straight out the blender. You know what I'm saying? Because the blender is the easiest cheat code. Like a lot of people, and over the years, my influence has got so big, you know, but people don't want to say because they're trying to cultivate their own thing. They pretend like they made shit up. But the juicing craze was the thing.
Yeah.
Over the years, I slowly shifted everybody to the blender. Like, hey, you niggas are insane. I know y'all watching all these people that's flipping and bouncing and remixing Jack LaLanne shit. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
y'all not doing your own research. Y'all are missing out on the most. So even now with the dietary thing, I had to leave the plant-based lingo alone. So we don't promote necessarily plant-based diet or vegan. It's pigment and fiber. Because a lot of people are still, they're eating vegan, they're eating plant-based, but they're still not having any pigment and fiber in their diet. So it's like, okay, now we're going to have to highlight this because this is where the magic is. And this is where the contention comes in, where people may go from whatever they're doing and quote unquote try out a plant-based diet and they go, oh, well, that didn't work for me. So I had to go back to like, no, you didn't know what you was doing. Oh, well, I saw such and such on the internet. I'm like, no, he don't know what the fuck he talking about. He just is on a large platform. So you see a lot of views and that confuses you to believe that because a lot of niggas watching him, that he knows what he's talking about. No, if you had somebody to coach you through properly, you would still be over on this side because there's no reason for you to backslide. You know what I'm saying? But people wasn't getting the pigment and the fiber, so they wasn't getting the magic to happen because they're listening to. And then Dr. Sebi, his shadow has grown so exponentially since he passed. That is now legend and magic, and there's really no science associated with Sebi, because the people that are, the kids, they didn't learn. Sebi didn't have students. Sebi didn't have any students. He didn't have books. He didn't have students. Sebi wasn't really into teaching. Sebi was into selling.
Right.
So, the only people he really had was his team, and that was Ma'a. She learned primarily the formulas, you know what I'm saying? And you had Mama Pill. Mama Pill was with him on the road and engaging in people because she had that look, you know what I'm saying? Like we think of it in a certain way, like it's disrespectful, but Mama Pill had that look. And we all know there's a look that you need a woman that has a look that, she can take your marketing to another level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She had that look for him. And so she was able to snooze in celebrities and do that thing. And so that's how that worked. Him and Mama Pill was out on the road, getting the sales, doing the talks. And Ma'a was in Brooklyn in the kitchen, whipping up the formulas or whatever, but there was no students. And Dr. Sebi didn't really have the science. You know what I'm saying? Somebody told him, this plant works for this problem. So that's what he knew. He didn't know these chemical compounds inside this plant work with these enzymes that does that. Like he didn't.
Right. I wasn't getting that from him. Right.
Right. Because he never had it. He didn't have.
Right.
So when people would ask at his lectures certain technical questions, he would just give them a testimony and move on to the next question. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I noticed that. Yeah. Look at the chat.
But we still
you see that right there? They're behind, right? But you see the person says here, they said, Sodnetter Ben had Twitter since 2011. I follow him, right? You see that comment?
Yeah. Well, he might have had.
Wait, just wait. EnQi, ask me when I created my Twitter account.
When you created your Twitter account?
2009. Do you know why Sodnetter had that account in 2011?
Because you put him on? Interesting.
Hello, people. I'm the one that told Sa to sign up in 2011. That same story on 125th Street, I just told y'all the story of how Sa got on Twitter.
And listen, there's a difference to being on a platform and being on a platform, because
that is true. Because he's
at
not
one
on
point
Twitter
or another. Yeah, at one point or another, I signed up for every platform. So there's a TikTok Minister EnQi, there's a Twitter Minister EnQi, but I haven't actually been on those pages since I signed up.
Yeah, Sa Neter has a Twitter, but Sa Netter's not on Twitter.
Yeah.
There's a difference, right? But I'm glad he told us the year that I was there, 2011. That's when I went down there, and I told Sa, bruh, Twitter's the future. That's why Sa was so early, and he never took advantage.
Well, the thing is, that's why I'm saying there's a difference between being on it and being on it, because signing up and creating the page, you kind of get frustrated, especially if you're coming from a large following and then you sign up to a new platform.
You got
and
zero followers.
You posting, nobody see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you like, man, I'm going back.
But I was telling them, if you would have fucked with me, I could have pumped this shit up. I could have pumped this shit.
I'm about to make me a Twitter, damn it. About to make me a new
Twitter's where it's at. It's the town hall.
Twitter is out of control now, though. Twitter is
it is kind of out of control. You're gonna have to deal with a lot of bullshit now.
I heard it's like X-rated.
It's X-rated, it's racist, it's ignorant, it's
hold on. I'm comfortable with the racist though, because conscious, like you, that's just always what that been. You in that line of fire, but
this is a different type of racist.
Wait, no, because this thing I'm about to say is definitely broke my cherry for what Twitter is now.
Mm-hmm.
I went to and this is when this game first came out. I don't even know the name of the damn game. You probably know the name of the game. It's the first-person shooter game.
Call of Duty.
Oh my goodness. My man Ant, shout out to Ant. You know what I'm saying? Because Ant, he was trying to get me to I haven't, when I was young, I didn't really have a childhood the way other people have childhoods. I was a father at 14 with my own apartment. So I was paying, I was already somewhere else with it at that time. So I'm not playing no damn video games. I don't got time for no video games. You know what I'm saying? So my man Ant's like, nah, you got to get on this, though. This is crazy. I'm online and I'm playing with people from all over the place. You got to hear these people. This shit crazy. And so I go to his crib, you know what I'm saying? And I put on the headset and he can, bruh. Nigga, blah, blah, nigga. I'm about to blow your head off, nigga. I'm like,
oh, yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
He like, oh yeah, that's how it is though. But talk your shit though, Here, give me them headphones. Let me show you how you do it. Shut the fuck up, cracker. I was like, what the
that was the good old days.
I was like, yo, what is happening right here?
That was the good old days. Now you can't do that.
Okay.
Now they got the AI and shit listening, so you'll lose your account and all of that. But take that experience and multiply it by 100, and that's Twitter.
Okay, I figured.
Because you got racism, then you got racism compounded by ignorance, then you got racism compounded by ignorance, compounded by bots.
That's interesting.
So you can just type in something, and then it's just like niggas just racists just show up, and it's like it's not that. Yo, 360 used to be crazy. Yeah, they just show up, and it's not that it's racist, because that doesn't matter. It's just the fact that it's annoying because you got to sift through all of that to get through the real comments. So it's not even the fact that it's racist, it's just the fact that it's just garbage traffic.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? At least COD, the cat cussing you out, that's a real person, and y'all shooting each other. That's a real interaction. Whereas when you're on Twitter, you're like, is this a real person? You know, it's really weird like that, and it's just kind of annoying. And it got worse since Elon took over the platform. When Jack
hold
was
up.
on
So
there,
they got safeguards on the Xbox now.
yeah,
Okay, so I might move back because I've been kind of like ever since those experiences, I've been like hyper vigilant with my children in the video games. So
yeah. Now they got the
like,
monitors.
I'm down with the, I'm with the shits. I'm up to date. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna stunt y'all growth. You know what I'm saying? You can get on, but I don't know about now. The online gaming, I'm gonna have to sit in. Dad's gonna have to be a part of these experiences because, as far as I know, see, I didn't know that they put brakes on the whip. I didn't know they put some safeguards in place. That experience with my man, that was crazy. I was like, I'm gonna blow your head off, nigga. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, that was all the time.
Yeah. He was like, that's the best part. Watch this.
That was the best part. Yeah.
I'm a cracker, motherfucker. Can't shoot. Take that white shit, bitch. What? I was like, yo. And he was like, yo, we don't even know how old. Like, this could be old men. This could be kids. That might have been a 12-year-old talking to you like that. Like you. Yeah. Like, I was like, yo, this is crazy.
But that's what we was saying. We was like, we looking at this new generation of kids crying about racism. And I'm like, nigga, you don't remember the COD lobbies and Halo lobbies?
Toughen up. Yeah, toughen up.
Toughen the fuck up. We used to have fun when they called this nigga. Now y'all crying about this shit?
I think a lot of that's estrogen though. I think a lot of that
is estrogen.
Because it's like knock it off, toughen up. What's happening, man? Not shake that shit off. You know what I'm saying? Like it's too much whining. It's too much. It's too much whining.
Yeah.
So, oh man, I think you done gave us a lot to chew on.
Honor to be here, man. I got to tell you, man, it's surreal.
Listen, it's even. I feel like I conjured you up. You don't even understand. I feel like my Haitian shit kicked in, and I conjured you up. Like literally, the people. So you done brung Hotepistan over here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But my little handful of people, we in here, so they know that literally. Right before you popped into the chat and was like, yo, I need to get you on my channel. I was literally talking to my people like, listen, okay, we here, we got Amazon, we locked and loaded. We got the tools now to go out to really teach, because I know it's difficult to try to communicate this information, especially when you don't have the references. So I sat down like, okay, no, we're going to get these books. I'm going to redo my whole damn library damn near, you know what I'm saying? And get on Amazon, and we're going to have this ammunition so that we can get out there. And so I'm literally on the page. I'm like, this may be like the week of or the week before you pop into the chat. I'm like, okay, now. So now I need people who knows how to get the social media shit popping. Like, who knows how to get the campaign? This is the next phase of our growth. We have to get, now that we have the tools to teach, now we have to get out there and get to the people. And literally, you pop right in the chat like, hey, trying to get you over on the page over here. I kind of know a little bit about this marketing thing. I don't know if that means it. I'm like, what, nigga? I just invented you in my mind. Like I literally just conjured you up. Like this is God. I told God, hey, I need this. And God said, okay, got you. Poof, Hotep Jesus. Then your name was Hotep Jesus. So I took that as a sign right there. I was like, Hotep. I listen, I got a homeboy. His name is Crip Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's a whole different energy right there. When you came in with the Hotep Jesus, I was like, this is my guy right here. I don't even know if he knows yet that this is my guy. He's coming with the internet. He's coming with the market. This is what I need. I didn't even know that you had a whole platform and all of that at the time. You know what I'm saying? And then you go from that first convo or first few texts we exchanged, and I guess you announced it on your page. And so right after that, like one of my most trusted, like, you got a handful of people in the world that you trust.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That you would leave your kids with, like you trust. So out of nowhere, my man Jimmy calls me up from Miami, and he's like, yo, you gonna be on Hotep Jesus page? I was trying to tell you about Hotep Jesus a few years back. And I remember when he came up here from Miami, came up to the house, and he was telling me, yo, you got to get on Hotep Jesus page. I'm telling you, I think this would be the best platform for you, because he got a nice mix of like political and conscious and pop culture. Like his shit is like, it's like what y'all been doing, but like futurized. You got to go over there to Hotep.
Yes.
So in my mind, I'm like, all right, yeah. When I get ready, right now I'm still, I'm still working. I'm still trying to, because I understand the business dynamic that most people fail in business from success. Yeah, most people fail in business from success. They go into the cake business and they're like, okay, I'm gonna bake cakes. I'm gonna start my own business and I'm gonna bake cakes. And then they get out there and, nobody's interested in their cake, so they got 10, 20 cakes. And then, somehow they stumble onto something, and then somebody orders 20,000 cakes. And because they only had 20 cakes ready,
they can't fulfill.
They wasn't ready for 20,000 cakes to come in. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how I used to be with my books, because I used to self-publish. And when I say self-publish, I mean I used to publish them. Like I used to print and bind and glue, and I used to do my whole entire book at the house. So yeah, and that was a hell of a process. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Yeah, that was a hell of a process. And
book binding.
It wasn't that lucrative either, because once you take in the paper.
You know how much I'm charging right now for a book I bonded myself? That's $1,000 book. If I bind it myself, that's $1,000 book, bro.
Bro, that was a process. And then sometimes you mess up on books, so you gotta throw them out.
Oh.
Yeah, because the glue might bubble over the top and it get crazy and mess up the pages. And so that was a whole thing. So now it's like Amazon got the book. So as many people as possible we can get 1 million. Yeah, just hit Jeff Bezos. And he'll get them things to you. But so yeah, it was just meant to happen, man.
But like I said, man, you explained it perfectly. Conscious community, futurized, right? When I was watching y'all, I was looking like I could futurize this shit, but we got to make some adjustments. We got to let white people in, and we got to talk about pop culture. We can't just keep talking about Kemet. We got to catch up to date. And I was like, I could bring y'all up to speed, and I'm even like more future than the politics Twitter, but that's another story for another day. But yeah, futurized, right? So now I got Shaka here with us. We got you here with us. It's full steam ahead, bro. It's time to turn up, bro. This is why I told Shaka this. I told you this privately. I built my platform for you guys. Because when BLM and all the feminists was bubbling and it was tearing down Hotep Nation, I said, not on my watch. Consciousness will live on forever, and I will make sure of it. And that's why I always reach back for Shaka and you and Kaba, because like we bringing everybody up. And then when y'all get up, pull me up. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we rock, man. That's how y'all fed me, so I gotta feed y'all, man.
Man, that was a GOAT moment right there. We have GOAT moments over here. This show is actually full of moments. I was slow on the trigger all night. You know what I'm saying? Like this we had a moment. Because I know it's gonna be some Hotepistan citizens, some citizens of Hotepistan that's gonna be like, hold up, we've been following this nigga for X amount of years and we ain't never heard about the, you know what I'm saying? But hey, as he was describing some of this stuff to me, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to get him. I'm gonna have to interview the interviewer. I'm gonna have to, people need to, figure some of this stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I'm used to being on the other side. Yeah.
Yeah, people need to hear some of this stuff.
But it's an honor, like I said, you've been
we got some classics.
For a long time.
Listen, we did some classics. One of them will be out tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
One of them's coming out tomorrow on my channel, 2 p.m. Muscle growth and protein. Yep.
Yeah, we got some classics already. Like, we got some classics. We got some classics already. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's another reason why I was like, yeah, we gotta, you know what I'm saying? We gotta bring Hotep Jesus over here and let the
appreciate that.
I got a few, my following's not, I got a few, but the few that I got, because we done been through the fire, I done lost like 15 YouTube pages over the years, and like
they powerful,
man, and they so we like, it's like a family now. You know what I'm saying? And
it's Voltron.
Yeah.
That's what the House of Consciousness was missing. It was so much fighting. Niggas never Voltron.
You know what it is? I'm gonna say this, because we both have experiences where we operated A, outside of a city dynamic, but then B, within the corporate dynamic. And I think the problem is not enough people in the quote unquote conscious community got to view what the conscious community looks like from the outside in. Because within the conscious community, which is the confusing thing, because the conscious community doesn't even realize that there was a community until the community part was gone. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it went digital. But you had the Israelites, and then amongst the Israelites, you got a whole bunch of different groups of them. You had Christian folks that was part of the conscious community. You had holistic folks that didn't really care about any of those ideologies. They were just with the health information, and Dr. Africa's people, Sabi's people, Jew Pulcrum's people, the old heads that used to follow. Yeah. The old heads that used to follow Dr. Richard King and Amos
Wilson.
All these OGs, and so all
forgot about Dr. Amos Wilson.
Then you got the Nation of Islam, right? And the Nation of Islam became the Nations of Islam, because post Elijah Muhammad, you got different fractions over there. You know what I'm saying? And you got people that didn't like what happened to Malcolm. They started their own little, thing. And then you got people that didn't like this and that. And then the mass exodus after Reza Islam's dad brung in Scientology to Nation of Islam, a lot of people was like, "Oh hell no! This is over." Elijah Muhammad is turning over in his grave. Damn it! What the Scientology? No. What, nigga? You done brung in Scientology? Man, you insane, nigga? That's damn near the Mormons. Like, what do you know, nigga? But I feel like. And, in hindsight, what I'm saying? I feel like Farrakhan was doing what he needed to do to keep the nation in existence. You know
Correct.
what I'm saying? Because we don't know what the behind the scene, like, it might not have been a Nation of Islam, you know what I'm saying, if he didn't merge and so who knows? But,
so I think a lot of it had to do with sharing secret sciences too.
Listen, that's why I said it, from the outside, but a lot of people in the conscious community, they believe that they all are part of these little separate individual, and then you got your Sunni Muslims and this whole thing, and so all these different branches, operating in a kind of a space that the people that's not a part of any of that, they just see it as one group of people,
one whole group of people.
Yeah, y'all are all
That's what
those
happened the
niggas.
other day when
Look,
Sneeko came in.
here's the name. Y'all are all those niggas from Sonetta's page.
Well, they started calling them Hoteps. Like the other day we was in the Twitter spaces and
I think
Sneeko.
that was later on. I think that's later on because
That's later on, yeah.
Your influence may have grown more than you even realize because you're in the eye of the storm. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, yeah.
But when we was in the Twitter space the other day, that's what happened. Sneeko was like, "What are y'all, like the Hebrew Israelites?" And so that shows you the people on the outside don't know the difference.
No.
But if we were to all combine forces, there's no force on the planet intellectually that could have stopped the conscious community.
No, or economically either, because before, you know, everything went digital, every city, you know, had a local thriving conscious, you know, economic system where you had speakers coming in, people was paying, you know, the honorarium to bring a speaker in, whether it's 500 or 1,000 or 2,000, depending on who you was. We knew that there was a bubble, and I predicted, unfortunately, what was going to happen. I was like, you know, Umar is going to destroy this shit. Because Umar started getting the college money, and then he started hitting up the conscious community, local people, saying they had to pay him what the colleges is paying. And I'm like, oh, does this nigga know math? I'm like, how did you graduate from school with a PhD and you don't know math? Nigga, you're speaking at a place with 50 seats. How is they going to pay you $5,000? They can't, they can't get that back. Yeah, like, so if they can't get that, I was like, we have lost our minds. Niggas have lost it. And, you know, but pretty soon, you know, it was YouTube and a lot of other things contributed to, you know, losing that grip on the local control of the intellectual property. And, you know, you do your videos, you film them, you edit them. It is what it is. The info is raw. You don't have to worry about 1,000 different platforms banning your shit because you said this, or you spoke about this group, or you mentioned this. Oh my God, did he say needle? You know, like, So you didn't have the eggshells to walk on. You said the only real quality control was the people.
Right.
You said something too crazy, your elders would check you. And that's the thing that's also missing now, because niggas can just set up a YouTube page and go online and then start talking. And now you got a following. And it's like, ho, what is your lineage? Who raised you, nigga? Where you? Nah, you don't just, that ain't how that go. Where you from? You from the Hebrew Israelite camps? Because they got a structure over there. So if you get out of pocket, we can go to your leadership and we can figure out.
So EnQi, I'm stamped by Rogan. I'm stamped by InfoWars. But the only stamp that meant something to me was having somebody from the conscious community stamp me. I knew I wasn't official until I got the stamp from at least one individual. So when I got the stamp from Shaka, that's the thing about the conscious community, somebody had to stamp you.
Well, listen, you got the official stamp. The official stamp is not EnQi or Shaka. The official stamp you got is Brother Kaba. That's a stamp right there.
Yeah,
because you had to get a stamp from an elder. Shaka is older, but Shaka's not considered an elder because, you know, I mean, he's kind of Shaka's in a weird space.
He's about to be an elder.
Yeah, he's kind of an elder, but
Kaba's the elder.
When he came in, you know what I'm saying? He's not seen that way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
and the Kaba stamp was a big one. Yes.
Yeah, Kaba's an elder. Kaba's an elder, because when you had, you know, the different generation, when you had before the internet, Kaba was already, you know, he was one of them guys already. You had Delbert, you had Bobby, you had Phil, you had Kaba. On the other side of the universe, you had Dr. York. You know what I'm saying? But everybody
that's after Dr. Ben and Clark.
Oh no, those are super elders. Those are ancestors.
Right, those are super. Yeah, okay, all
those
right.
are ancestors. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you had these are the guys that ushered in what we now have as the conscious community. Even Richard King, I wouldn't even put him with them. I would put him with the, you know, he's with the ancestor. You know, he's with the elders. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But they all had different specialties, so they attracted different types of people.
Right.
Once it went on the internet, you had everybody mixing up, and so that's where the debates really got crazy because people had to sort themselves out again. Once everything went on the internet, it all got mixed up. So you got the niggas that's interested in alien talk and chakra niggas, and you got all this shit mixed up together. And so it's like, oh, what happened to the guy? What happened to the history and the science? Like, what happened to the concrete shit? Why are we mixed up with niggas on all kind of mushrooms and pills and acid poppers? And what are we doing? What the hell's going on? And the niggas mixing in the anus play. Like, you gotta activate the anus to get you. I was like, oh, whoa, okay. I'm gonna have to start drawing some lines, damn it. I'm gonna have to be the self-proclaimed elder. Start cleaning some of this shit up. Like, hold up. Have any of you niggas read the Upanishads? Chakras have nothing to do with your anus. What is happening out here with these niggas? You still have guys out here that's interested in that down low brother, they into that other, they covering it up with the chakra. Well, you got to activate your chakras, your root chakra. And Nature Boy took it to the highest level. Yeah, he wasn't interested in really hiding who he was. So he created his own chakra system with a brown chakra. And he said the brown chakra is the most important chakra. Yo, I swear to God, I can't make this shit up. Like, this shit was hilarious. So one day I'm doing a live stream, and I had just finished debating Brother Sanchez about the chakras. You know what I'm saying?
I forgot about Sanchez.
Man, so Sanchez is a piece of work. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
But his following is strong. Anything he say, they so that's he built a good brand over there because he could tell them to eat toilet tissue and they will eat toilet tissue. He could be like, season it with your ass, and they will just eat the dirty toilet. Like he can say anything to them. So we have this debate about chakras, and for me, the debate is over like in the first 60 seconds because when we start the video, he's like, hold up, I gotta roll up and get my mind right and all that. I'm like, all right, well, let me ask you a question while you're getting ready. We getting ready to have this debate. You have actually read the Upanishads, right? And he like, what's the Upanishads? I'm like, oh shit, first round knockout, nigga, this is over. It's a Mike Tyson, this is it. If you went to get popcorn, nigga, you missed it. The whole fight is over. It's not possible to have a debate on chakra. You don't even know what chakras are if you haven't read the Upanishads. This is over. But then I realized that most people out here thinking they know about chakras have never heard of the Upanishads either. So the audience didn't even know what had transpired in that little few seconds right there, because most of the people, they wasn't outside of Egypt. They don't know anything. So they don't know anything about India or, moving that whole pathway from North Africa into China and all the culture along the road. And but I'm doing a video one morning talking about that. And so Nature Boy has some of his people in the chat room and they saying whatever they saying, like, well, Nature Boy got his own system. I'm like, nigga, where's Nate? Bring me to your leader. You know what I'm saying? Bring me to your leader. So Nature Boy pops on to the video. And then so now me and him start going back and forth. This is an impromptu. Me and Sanchez planned that debate.
Yeah. Me
and Nature Boy didn't plan the debate. He just popped into my chat room. Well, his followers popped into the chat, and I'm like, go get the big one. Go. I can't talk to the little nigga. I need the boss. Who's the CEO? So Nature Boy here's the link. He jumps in. We start going back and forth. He sends me his document. He literally has a document with a picture of a man upside down. So the crown chakra is the lowest chakra, and the anus is up in the air. I swear I can't make this up. The feet are up in the air. So the highest chakra is where the butt is, and it's brown. And so I'm like, see this right here. If you niggas at home thought that I was making this up about Brother Panic, because Panic was another one that was talking about going into your anus and all this and all that. Oh man, listen, I just stopped showing Brother Panic's clips because I got clips of Panic saying the craziest shit of all time. But
I never got into his stuff. I couldn't get into it.
You cannot. If you see, that's why I said it all got jumbled up. If you into the science and the history, you can't make that leap over there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing with the teachers. It was different roles. So if you was with Kaba was actually also a school teacher. So
correct.
He couldn't go into all that flimsy, crazy 12th dimension. I just learned this from the aliens, and like he's like, no, I got this from books. So here, you want to read these? I got some references. Here are some actual textbooks you can read, and here's the pictures on the wall where they say. So it was concrete information where the guys that was more into. So Delbert and Bobby were all the way off the reservation.
Yes.
Phil Valentine tried to straddle the fence.
Yes.
He was off the reservation, but he would coat his shit with a little science fiction, a little Star Trek.
Some references and some sources.
Yeah. So he was like the gateway to Delbert and Bobby. Delbert and Bobby had no breaks. I remember I opened up for Bobby Hemmett one time.
Word.
Bro, I was so happy and disappointed. Like, it was a crazy experience for me. It was courtesy of Brother Kaba, Mfudishi, Brother Azariah, may he rest in greatness. You know what I'm saying? And may Panic rest in greatness. That's why I stopped throwing Panic clips out of respect to his family and all of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, R.I.P. Panic, man.
Yeah. But so Bobby. So
you
Hemmett
open for Bobby?
Bobby Hemmett comes and he does. So he's running late as usual. You know what I'm saying? And so my 10 minutes of opening turned into like a 45-minute opening. So now I'm speaking in front of a packed room. I'm used to teaching to like 10, 20 niggas. You know what I'm saying? This shit packed. Niggas are standing up in there. You know what I'm saying? Waiting for Bobby.
Damn.
And Udishi's spot wasn't that big. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in there going in. I'm going crazy. I saw.
What are you talking about?
Melanin and Egypt and
okay.
The body and my shit. You know what I'm saying? I've always stuck to my guns. You know what I'm saying? This is what I do.
Science.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, you come to the Dr. EnQi shit, you're gonna hear about some biochemistry and some melanin and some sprinkles, some China or some Egypt, some ancestral shit up in there, but it's gonna be it's gonna be science driven. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, Bobby Hemmett starts to do his thing, and in the middle of the lecture, he says something about he was on the toilet and he was having constipation, and when he finally got a bowel movement, it was an alien. So already, I'm coming down off this high of speaking in front of the most people I've ever spoken in front of. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention, at the time, consciousness is not on the internet.
Right. You got to get these on DVD or VHS.
You got to be in the spot for a lot of joints. You know what I'm saying? To even know that they exist, to even, you don't even know that a video exists unless somebody told you that somebody was somewhere and something happened. So
yeah,
it's not how it is nowadays where, like, say for instance, Dr. EnQi does a lecture in Detroit. Well, it'll be Dr. EnQi speaking to a bunch of people interested in what I have to say.
Right.
Back then, not only do you have the people interested, but you also have all the other speakers from the area.
Okay.
So the vendors is there, and the vendors is damn near more important than the teachers at this time, because the vendors was the internet.
Okay. Because
Yeah,
that's the ones that had the DVDs and the VHSs.
And the books and all that. And they'd tell you.
And the oils, yeah.
Phil just did a fire joint about this. Oh, it was crazy. He went into this and that. Oh, yo, did you hear that shit that Phil did in Brooklyn, nigga? That shit was terrible. Don't buy this shit, bro. You need to, if you want this, somebody else did a lecture on that same. This is the really one that you need. So everybody had to be there. So I'm on a high. I'm talking like everybody's there. It's platform people there. It's vendors there. I'm on a, I'm on a high right now, and I'm a young, you know what I'm saying? So we get to the middle of the joint, and he talk about shitting out an alien. I'm like, and I'm looking around at Azariah and Mfudishi, and they excited about this shit. Now I'm halfway challenged with my respect level for them. I'm like, hold up, what the? I'm looking at them like, man, what is that? So then the lecture keeps on going. And we get to the end of the lecture, and he goes, now this is the part everybody been waiting for. And motherfuckers start getting excited. Mama Jade, this is
stop. You said this nigga shit out of alien.
Bro, this is a fact, but that's not even the worst part. The shit gets worse. So Mama Jade, this is Azariah's wife. Mama Jade is the genius behind all of the crystal.
I'm stealing that shit.
Crystallography, because all of the fly crystal jewelry that people remember the early conscious folks was wearing.
Yeah.
Like Blue Pill kind of killed that. Like he overdid it to the point where it got whacked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he got crystal rings on his hand and shit looked like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, what the hell you doing? You done went to, you know what I'm saying? Like, he looking like Mr. T out there with crystal shit on. But Mama Jade was the one that was designing all that jewelry. You know what I'm saying? She was the one that made it hot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so she like hit me on the shoulder, like, no, this is it right now. And I look over, Azariah is digging around for money, and Mfudishi is talking to his lady at the time, because he was married at the time. Him and his wife had the dojo. And so everybody is rummaging for money, and Bobby Hemmett like, yeah, this is the time y'all all been waiting for. And I'm feeling like I'm left out, like, because I don't know what the fuck's happening right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit, what's happening? Because everybody's fidgeting, grabbing purses, and getting, sitting up. Niggas that was dozing off a little bit, because Bobby done spoke for about 3-4 hours. So niggas is like, yeah, this is the time now. So, and I'm like, okay, so Mama J like, now you got any money? You need a few dollars, because you need at least $50 for this. I'm like, $50. 50. What's happening? What's getting ready to happen? I'm like, hold on. What's getting ready to happen? I need 50. What's getting ready? So he's like, yeah, now. So I got the angel checks. I know y'all wanted the angel. I'm like, angel checks? What the fuck is an angel? What the fuck is an angel check? I'm trying to do it. What the fuck is it? My man explains that he's getting ready to sell everybody a blank check for $50. And they're going to write any amount of money on it. And then that money is going to cash into their bank account.
That shit straight out The Secret.
Bro.
So The Secret stole that from Bobby Hemmett.
Bro, The Secret is a fraud.
Oh, yeah, I know that. Yeah.
And they just got that from, they got that from the grifters. I'm getting my Hotepistan lingo down together. They got that from the grifters. They should have won a grift.
So you gave Bobby $50.
No, I did not. I did not participate in that shit. And after I left there, everything that up until that moment, because I had consumed a lot of conscious community information that, because my focus was on the science part and the history, I kind of allowed a space for a lot of other information to slip into the back of my mind, even if I didn't indulge in it. Because Delbert was woo. Delbert, listen, I got stories for days. You'll be up all night listening to these stories. Delbert would take you to a whole nother. So I left that night though conflicted. That was like the beginning of the personality that people have now, where they be like, no, EnQi be hating. It's not that I be hating. It's just that I'm the young elder in charge of quality control. So I have to separate things, because I know, like I was saying earlier, see, we have that experience of being able to see the community from outside the community.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of people in the community with real research to share, real value, real life-changing shit that they can share to the masses, whether they've come up with it on their own or they've been able to decode some time capsules from the ancestors, or they got some real shit to share. But when people have to dig through, chakra anuses and 12th dimensions and all kinds of other foolish, crazy shit, it takes away from the credibility of anything that somebody would present that'll really be. And so, there has to be division.
Checks and balances.
Yeah, and not so much to stop what niggas is doing, just to be able to say, hey, I get it. Y'all think this is all consciousness, but this is not that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not doing anus, we're not doing,
Delbert had moon rocks from another galaxy.
Bruh. Oh my goodness. Delbert
I'm hustling backwards, man. I'm doing something wrong,
Delbert was selling diodes, and he was telling people that an alien had dropped him off to his plug in a cave. So I don't know where you just pulled that from. Maybe somebody said something in the chat.
Somebody in the chat just said that.
Okay, yeah. So at a lecture in Atlanta, this is me and Red Pill was tight. You know what I'm saying? Delbert comes down for something that him and Jude Pookum, they got a big thing going on. But back in the days, in order to make your trips worthwhile, when you was brung into a town, you would try to set up some side stuff for yourself as well to supplement, your income or whatever.
Right.
So Delbert hits up me and Red Pill to kind of chaperone him around Atlanta when he come down. And so we go to one Delbert event, and Delbert didn't like me after this event. You know what I'm saying? Because my mind just works a certain way. So as he's explaining that he got these diodes, I'm buying this shit hook, line, and sinker. He like, yo, this could go on the microwave. This absorb all the radiation. It gets rid of the cancer, blah, blah, blah. I'm checking my bank account to see how much money, how many of these diodes I could buy. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, this got to go in the children's room. I need at least one for the TV and the laptop. I'm like, and so Q&A time comes around, and I'm like, if this is alien material from another planet, like how did you get it? And so he trying to tell the story and whoop, whoop, whoop. And, the aliens was in the cave, and the two guys wandered into the cave in the desert, and they got lost, and the aliens was in there saying they was waiting to bless humanity with these cancer-killing diodes. And once they gave them the hand, whatever supply of diodes they had, they went back to their planet, because their planetary leaders said they had to come here as missionaries and kind of wait to be discovered in a cave by these two guys and whatever. So because my money is funny, right? So it wasn't that I was trolling. See, niggas think I was trolling. It wasn't. My money was funny. And everybody was buying up these fucking diodes. So, and I need these for the kids and everything. I always, if I come in with one, I got to come in with at least 7, 8 of these. I got to come in with everybody got to be covered.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out, okay, well, what happens if what happens if you sell out? How do you, if these came from another planet, like how niggas is reeing up?
You just doing common sense math.
Bruh, when I asked him that question, Delbert was black. He turned red. He was so angry with that question. He was like, okay, that's enough questions for you, EnQi. We can speak after the event. I was like, oh shit. I was like, fuck. He look, he needed a grift. He should have got a grift award. I fucked up but in my mind, I didn't know that niggas was out here selling angel checks and fake alien rocks. And I'm thinking everybody is Brother Kaba. Remember, my gateway in is Brother Kaba. You know what I'm saying? And Sonetta from being in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? And Sonetta was who he was on face value.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's on 125th saying, fuck the white man. And that's his whole program. Fuck the white man. But that's what it is. It ain't like it's nothing to that. It ain't no trick up the sleeve. Is the black. He's coming off of his relationship with Khalid Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? So he's a Khalid Muhammad follower.
But could you imagine if Delbert was online right now, right, and said he got these diodes and rocks, and then you said something like, "Yo, this nigga's a fraud," they would cook you and call you a hater.
No, they did that then. Listen, I have always been. That's a part of the EnQi. I'm the first guy basically to expose everything. I'm the first person to get scammed by Polite.
How much was the rocks?
Wait, listen. I'm the first person to get scammed by Polite.
Mm-hmm.
Right when Polite stole the phony paperwork scam from
Ali Muhammad.
Yeah, he stole, but he got that from Ali Muhammad.
Right.
Ali Muhammad was running that mortgage fraud. He was running that shit first. So I was the first one to say, hey, this is a scam. This is fake. Please don't nobody else put your house and your money up. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of niggas didn't really have anything to lose.
Right.
When I came in the community, I had money. I had houses. I had shit to lose. And I was such a believer that I lost a lot of shit figuring this conscious shit out. So I'm trying to tell niggas like, hey, you don't also have to lose your house. I'm telling you, this is fake. You need to stick with this vegetable. Let's get with this health. This is safe over here. Come over here. We're going to get on this salad shit. We're going to get push-ups, salad. This is concrete information here. We're going to boost that immune system. These are facts.
Yeah.
That
Straw man.
Be careful over there. That is not.
I never bought that shit because it never made sense to me.
Listen, they was like, EnQi, you are hating. I was like, man. And then guess what? Fast forward 10 years later, they like, EnQi, why didn't you tell us it was a scam? I'm like, I told everybody, nigga, before we was even on YouTube. I did blog talk radios on this shit thing. I told and y'all got mad with me. So nobody can, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm the first.
How much was the alien rocks?
Oh, he was selling them at all prices depending on the size of them. So you can get a small one like this for $25, or you get a big one that go in your microwave for $150. You use it as a microwave tray. You put your plate of food on it, and so the microwave radiation will absorb into the diode and not go into the food. This is why he cut my question off, because I was asking a lot of questions that would I was fucking up the grift the whole night. Because even with questions like that, my science mind was just interrupting. I'm like, if the diode absorbs all of the microwave, how is the food getting heated up? Because the radiation, science is just fucking up because what happens is the microwave energy goes into the food and then the diode absorbs it out of the food. I'm like, so the cancer is going into the food though. Does anyone else have any questions?
Nah, no way.
I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. I'm from the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? When niggas is running cons on niggas in the neighborhood, they let you know in advance. Like, hey, don't put your money up. This ain't real. These ain't real dice right here. These is loaded. Don't you just stand off to the side. But if I bring you to the spot and you know, and I'm your chaperone, I'm you know, you supposed to let me know, like, hey, you know, I'm gonna do something at the end. You know, you don't take part in this. We'll talk about this at the end of the. Give me an opportunity to, you know, like I didn't even have an opportunity. You was running a scam on me too. You know what I'm saying? So
nah.
So eventually, you know, I just became the hater because I'm the guy telling the truth all the time. Like, hold on, Bobby, you're wilding. You did shit out of everything, bro. You're not. You gotta relax. Then start getting me angry because I'm trying to teach the health information, and niggas is listening to Bobby Hemming. They're like, well, you don't really need to do no herbs or none of that because Bobby Hemming said the worst thing you got to worry about is a heart attack. And if you start getting a heart attack, all you need to do is actually open up a ginger ale or a Pepsi Cola. And in the middle of your heart attack, the acid is so strong from the soda that it'll counteract the heart attack. And so you can actually heal a heart attack with just a can of soda. So at some point, it just develops in my mind like these niggas must be stopped. I must stop these. I must at all costs. Like I become the villain in the movie. I'm like, at all costs, these niggas must be stopped.
Not Bobby. Not Bobby, yo. I love Bobby, man. Don't do Bobby like that, man.
Well, see, the thing is,
Bobby ain't say that.
Bobby had the most charismatic personality.
He was charismatic as shit. Bro, that's what I loved about him.
So, and to be honest, at the time, you know, 80s going into the 90s, the world was so different. Even though 90% of that shit was bullshit, we needed it to stimulate critical thinking and thinking outside the box.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know, just the money schemes and the crazy shit and like it just, you know.
So
I remember
Bobby and them.
Wait, I remember one time Phil Valentine, right? This is the 90s.
Phil
Valentine tells niggas, okay, the end of the world is coming, right? In 2000, you know, the end of the world is coming.
2000, Y2K.
Yeah, it's either Y2K. Yeah, I think it's Y2K. Phil Valentine tells everybody the end of the world is coming. And so what he's able to do is he has a whistleblower from the government. And the whistleblower from the government has hipped him to the fact that when the end of the world comes, the elite Illuminati are going to go underground.
I think I remember
this. Underground.
Yeah.
So what he told us was that he needed, I think it was $10,000 or something. He needed to raise 10,000, 15,000, some crazy number of money, right? So that he could buy a map of all the locations in the major cities of the entrances to the underground. And when I tell you niggas was donating like their life depended on it, niggas was donating their whole paycheck, wives, because you know the women, now check this shit out. Men is dumb as a motherfucker. The women the whole time was always arguing with the men, like, hey, you know he scamming, right? Don't you give that nigga our money. don't you give that nigga our money. Now we got to pay our bill. We got to listen, babe, you don't even understand this, okay? We on a higher level of vibration, okay? So yeah. They covering it up with we on a higher level of vibration. Come to find out, Phil had some overdue bills or some shit, and he needed a big amount of money for his mortgage or some old, I forgot what it was. You know what I'm saying?
He got to pay some bills.
Yeah, he had to pay some bills. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, see, here's the difficult thing though, and this is why, even though I know a lot of these things, I don't really hold it against them. And I'll still support and watch and listen to, because there was no system of support set up for the people that gave their whole life to teaching the public.
Right.
There was no, like
401k pension plan.
And the people just expect you to die poor. They expect you to live poor and die broke.
Poor righteous teachers.
Less than poverty teachers, like not even poor righteous. Even poor righteous teachers had a damn sandwich in the roof over their head. Like, so it's kind of like the blame is on not only the grifters, but the griftees, because you got people that you're taking life lessons from, but you're not remunerating them for the information. So they're put in wild situations because we're forgetting these are regular men with bills and families. And so they done put their time into creating, you're doing hours and hours and hours and hours of research. You got to buy these expensive ass books. Like you got to put so much into this lecture. You might spend, a few hundred hours preparing the information that you spend thousands of hours accumulating and thousands of dollars, and you go to the lecture, and niggas might hit you with $200 at the lecture, and like, yeah, man, we looked out for Phil, we threw him $200. Like, whoa, what am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing? So niggas start cooking up stories like, yeah, I shit it out of alien, and hey, I got this angel check, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got these angel checks, you know what I'm saying? So in my mind, I had a different type of Hotep Jesus, you know what I'm saying? In my mind, I'm like, okay, I think if we just be transparent, you know what I'm saying, with the people and create a relationship, people will get it, you know what I'm saying? Because there is people that understand the value of the information, and they'll, and then years later, there was PayPal and Cash App now and shit, there's ways to exchange with whoever it is that you're trying to support, so that there's no need for, and this was kind of my beef with certain individuals that was still making up crazy shit like Ali and Polite and some of the, Pharaoh, and like, nigga, you're a convicted felon. You can't open up daycare centers. How the hell you got people donating to you to open up a chain of daycare centers, or you can't even be near kids? What the fuck is happening out here? I'm like, it is just crazy, you know what I'm saying? But so that's kind of how I got to be the young old man, because I kind of have to separate Biden folks. Like, hold on, if you come over here, we actually reading books over here. We're not doing none of that fake downloading and all kind of. We're not doing none of that. We're reading books over here. We're not telling niggas that we downloaded the information that we.
Nigga, I'm running back to my channel tomorrow. I got angel checks for sale. We got rocks, nigga.
Listen, there's still videos up now of Bobby Hemmett selling them angel checks. Like, there's still,
I'm about to steal all that shit, man. You're going to see me Monday at the Griff Report selling angel checks and rocks, nigga.
Listen,
I'm about to have an alien story.
Wait, hold on. Now me and this other guy was kind of cool until I caught him on Facebook selling $10 magical bricks. Hold on, what's his name? Asir Ducateers. Asir Ducateers was on Facebook selling regular red bricks, like regular red building bricks with an enchantment. You know what I'm saying? Say this enchantment while you holding the brick. And I said, oh my goodness.
Oh, that's genius.
And he was selling them bricks online like nobody's. I said, oh my goodness, I can't. And he's like, yo, why you don't do nothing? Yo, you got to do something with a Asir Ducateers. Like, I'm not doing no lectures with niggas that sell rocks, nigga. What are you doing? No, nigga. I'm still trying to get the stigma off from 20 years ago of doing lectures with fucking Ali and Polite. I can't engage with these goofy niggas. No.
So, like, think about how that makes us feel, right? We going in the cave, hours of research, present it to the people. We get 15 people on the live. We make $1. Then a nigga pop up selling Red Rocks. You go back to your lady. She see this nigga balling out of control.
Facts.
Look at you. Like
And
you the
doing it
failure.
the right way. And you the fool. Because
And I'm
you
the
trying
fool.
to do it. You dealing with the truth and the science. This nigga's over here selling fake IDs. This nigga said, oh, no, this is a Moorish jurisdiction. This is your Moorish ID. So when police stop you driving your car, you just tell them that they don't have the jurisdiction to give you a ticket. And this is your Moorish, these niggas selling fake IDs, fake social security shit, magical rocks, shit was crazy, bro. Shit was crazy.
And then now he's sitting courtside at the Lakers game.
But so that's why there had to be somebody saying, hey, that's not a fact right there. Let me just, that's not totally factual right there. I'm saying, and then, so that's, it gets crazy.
But that's crazy. Like that shit used to kill me when you got to look your baby in the face, knowing you living paycheck to paycheck.
Facts.
Right? But you know in your heart you doing the right thing. But your lady looking at you like you the failure. Meanwhile, this nigga done popped up and you begin to question yourself. Like, damn, am I doing
this is how over time a lot of guys went the other way. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, like for instance, we take Polite for example, because Polite is the best example of going the worst way.
Okay.
When I met Polite was wearing jalabias.
Yes.
Like Polite was unadulterated. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't, he was a totally different type of guy. You know what I'm saying? And I saw him like walking in the rain, carrying his books with his kids. I was like, oh no, this nigga's serious about this teaching thing. You know what I'm saying? Like this is okay. I can rock with him. You know what I'm saying? But over time, people don't have the internal fortitude, and that will weigh on you. When you're doing the right thing and you do an event and you do an amazing large event and you go home and you and your, you ain't even, forget paying the bills. Y'all ain't even eating good. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even, but now you're watching niggas running the Scammy Davis Jr. shit and they doing amazing. Niggas telling you they made thousands of dollars at the event. Man, shit, I had 150 people at the event. I had angel checks and I sold, I sold the angel checks for $50 with the code for the angel check for another $25. We made, how much we made that? 12,000. We made 11,000. Niggas is like, wait a minute, what's happening? So when I was there, when Polite was officially enticed by what Ali Muhammad was doing with that paperwork, because Ali was like, yeah, and for $600 and a percentage of your mortgage, we're going to set your paperwork up. That right there caused a meltdown in Polite's brain. He could not get past that. He was like, hold on, I'm selling books for $20. This nigga selling $800 package with more to follow, a percentage of niggas' mortgage. I was like, no, nigga, no, we can't do it. No, nigga, no, nigga, we cannot. Don't do it. And that was our initial split. Once he started up with the mortgage shit in the house, I was like, okay, we gotta go. I could still support in a peripheral. I could still be at the events, and I'm your man. We still friends because my kids know your kid. But because when this goes bad, like now, I have the ability to say I never made any money with Polite or none of that UCC real estate mortgage. I needed to have a white cloak to be able to be like, no. I told you niggas back then it was a scam. You niggas went ahead at your own risk. So I told you niggas to come over here and get some of these herbs and this sea moss. I don't know what made you niggas believe you could get a free house with niggas that didn't have houses. Like, Why would you think that niggas that don't own houses could get you a free house? Like that? How did 2 + 2 = 17 for you niggas? I don't know how that happened. But yeah, that wasn't a, so. But I was there when he and Ali got it from Taj Tariq Bey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Taj Tariq Bey had it because everybody was in the National Black Theater. Everybody was in the National Black Theater at that time back in the days. Taj Tariq was doing I think Ali had Mondays, and Taj Tariq and them was doing like Wednesdays and Thursdays, and then whoever Sonetta was doing like the big events on like Saturdays and Sundays.
Okay.
And something to that effect, you know what I'm saying? But that's how that went. Then there was a book called The Matrix that was out back in the day.
I remember that.
Book. Yeah, and they said that aliens had wrote those books, and really it was just a group of white sovereign citizen guys. And after they had all went to jail trying to do that sovereign citizen shit, somehow it gets to the black community. And so now we got to spend another 5-10 years going to jail off that dumbass shit before niggas figure out the same thing. The only value of that dumbass information is how can you dupe another nigga into paying you for it.
EnQi, you know what happened yesterday, man?
What?
It's about 12 o'clock at night. Like a voice in my head told me walk outside, right? And I walked outside. And I looked up in the sky and this light beam came down, okay? And this man appeared before me and handed me this product right here. And he said, if you sell this, everyone who take it will become a millionaire. Go to menoforder.com right now. This formula came from outer space. I got this formula from a man from Nibiru. Okay. Go to menoforder.com right now.
Wait, hold up. The beauty is niggas be grabbing other niggas' hustles and scams and reviving them. And the funniest shit is, I don't know how it is that niggas don't recognize the scam from other niggas. So Dr. York grabbed the Sumerian shit and he ran it up. Zachariah Stitchin ran it up. And so I'm trying to figure out how it is that all these people don't recognize the bullshit with Billy Carson. I'm like, have y'all niggas not seen this movie before? What the fuck's wrong with you people? We done seen this movie 1,000 times. Like literally, my name is EnQi. I mean, what is happening with you niggas?
It's the reboot.
Stop this madness.
It's the reboot. It's just as good as the original. It's just new.
Bro, my man, we got the Nuberian, the Anunnaki colloidal silver. I'm like, yo, I'm dead. What the fuck is happening right now? It's crazy.
Son, that shit used to break my heart, yo. Looking in my baby's eyes, being broke as shit, and then watching all these niggas get paid.
It's gonna pay off one day. Like I'm gonna do this the right way, and it's gonna pay off. It's gonna be so many of us that's interested in the real shit that at some point we just gonna get together, form Voltron, and we're gonna do this we're gonna do the real shit. We're gonna change the world.
Yeah.
We're gonna change. And honestly, we have. We have it, and people don't notice it's a butterfly effect, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't realize how much views. I want to say like 6 years ago when I lost my last big page, that page had 11 million views.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So we don't and NFL play, we don't realize how far reaching the information goes. You know what I'm saying?
It reaches.
Yeah. Me, now I see a lot of, fly by night niggas jumping off the top rope. Like, I'm a holistic healer. You know what I'm saying? Yaki like, yo, I was snorting cocaine and crack, and then I got shot a few times, and I decided right at that moment I was gonna sell herbs. I'm like, I'm like, wait, what are we doing right now? They're like, yo, you gotta link up with brother Yaki. He got some shit. I'm like, are you niggas insane? This is a problem with the internet. We need to we both have teachers and study and years to, you know, like you don't have to go to the college system, but you got to have a, you know, who you represent, what school of thought you.
Where's the progression?
Niggas just jumping off the top rope. You know what I'm saying? So, I know something. Turn on your Instagram. I'm going live right now. Humans are not designed to drink water because we don't have big necks. We have a small neck, so humans are not supposed to drink water. I'm like, are you niggas insane? Is this your health? Is this your king? I'm like, is this your king? Is this what are y'all niggas? No. Like no. Holistic healers, we got an unbroken chain that goes all the way back to Imhotep. You niggas are confused. We got ancestors that's rolling over in their graves. You niggas talking about humans ain't designed to drink water. And well, hold on, it's not just him because Aris Latham, I said, no, Aris Latham is just making up bullshit to go viral because he lives in the fucking jungle down there. And so he has to somehow grab attention. I know his teacher. You're like, hold up. Aris Latham is 1,000 years old. Nigga, how you know his teacher? Because I lived in Philly. And he learned everything he know about raw food from his wife. Me and his wife was like this. You know what I'm saying? Because she had some shit happen to her. And she needed EnQi to come to the rescue with the herbs. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Sister Zakia. You know what I'm saying? She might still be in the cut somewhere and see this video. She's like, yep, tell him, EnQi. I taught that nigga everything he knows.
She gonna tell it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So that's the beauty of being around before it was on the internet. People had to know people. You know what I'm saying? Now it really is AI. You know what I'm saying? And niggas just it's crazy.
Jumping off the roof.
Man, it's just crazy. Mean Gene Okerlund shit. Niggas running down from the back of the chair. Like you in the ring with one nigga, you get hit with who the fuck this thing got a chair from
They can hit you with the fake ID scan. Knocked you out.
Shit crazy.
You in the back with ice.
Bro, it's somebody that just got arrested not too long ago. It wasn't last summer or something like that. And so I just got sent the video maybe last month or so. So I do a video reviewing it. I'm like, see, this is how it's 2020. How are niggas still buying this fucking goofy ass paperwork shit and getting mad with me because I'm calling it goofy? Like, come on, man. Y'all niggas got to get. KRS-One said it best. He said, if you, and I'm paraphrasing, but he said, when you're a teen or in your early 20s, if you're not saying fuck the system, you're not a real man. But by the time you get into your 30s and 40s, if you're not a part of the system, you're not an intelligent man. So it's got to be stages of maturity with the information. At some point, it's like, okay, new ideas spark new neurons, new neural networks, new ways of thinking and processing information. But at some point, that has to transition to things that are applicable, things you can use to build, things you can change your life with, and then extend it on from there, things you can change.
And that's what I be telling my audience, right? Like, the new trick is, we got to take down Israel. We got to take down the Jews, and we got to take down the system. Like that's one of the, well, it's not a new hustle, but that's one of the hustles that they running with right now. And I'm like, here's what I say, right? Because there's a lot of game. This is a game that we're living in, right? And what I say is, I'm a player, not a player hater. So I'm playing the game. A lot of these cats out here is hating on the players, whether it be Britain.
Now, see, I say the same thing. I communicate the same sentiment, but I use the term. I speak on fighting. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But it's the same thing. The guys that are scared to fight are the ones that come with those type of ideas, the ridiculous shit. We need to take down Israel. Like, nigga, knock it off. Are you fucking raising your kids, nigga? What are you talking about, nigga? Have you accepted the challenge of fatherhood, nigga? Are you at the house? What are you actually? Are you just getting high on the couch, typing up crazy shit onto the fucking chat? Yeah, we need to attack, nigga. Are you insane? You're not even ready to deal with your local council. You're not even ready to deal with politics on a local level. You talking about we need to topple a government. You niggas we gotta watch out for you niggas, because you niggas be trying to, we gotta watch you trying to get pages flagged and movements start like no. We watching you niggas.
Yeah, trying to set people up for failure.
Yeah,
and I'm over here like you. I'm like, nigga, did you take care of your kids today?
Yeah,
did you call your mama? What's your relationship with your mama like? Forget the Jews, forget Israel, forget the white man. How's your auntie doing?
Man, how are you?
Is anybody in your family homeless that you could help, nigga?
Wait, how are you doing with the black people around you? Yeah, because listen, I just had somebody. Oh, EnQi was out there kissing white girls. We got proof. We got to cancel EnQi. We got proof. I got the picture of EnQi kissing a white girl. We got to cancel EnQi. It's like, yo, EnQi, you got to respond to this shit. Ali done put up a picture on his Facebook and said, I said, wait, who put up a picture on their Facebook? Ali Muhammad. He said that you was kissing. I said, hold on. Do you know that Ali beat his wives for 5 years? So the guy who beats the black women is going to say we should cancel EnQi because he was kissing white girls. I'm like, listen, nigga, if we cancel EnQi for kissing white girls, we might as well add a whole bunch of shit to that, because I was kissing Puerto Rican ones, skinny ones, fat ones. I was like, shit.
Ones with fupas.
Man, listen, I'm the fupa champion. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, But that's not cancel culture material, if you're asking me. I think you need to go. We need to cancel the niggas who beat the black women and choke and poke their eyes out. And we need to, you got to go to the old saying, when there's one finger pointing, when you point one finger, it's three fingers pointing back. I'm like, see, we're confused with these viral moments. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's not even a
concrete.
That's
weird. But overall, I took it as a compliment as well, because I was the third in the line of exposés that he's done this year. So he did an expose on Dr. Sebi, then he did an expose on Elijah Muhammad, and then he did exposing Dr. EnQi. I'm like, shit, nigga, I am really the GOAT. I am really the GOAT out this motherfucker. Even my enemies consider me the GOAT. They're like, wait a minute, how did you get that from that? I said, nigga, do you see what kind of company I'm in? Dr. Sebi, Elijah Muhammad, Dr. EnQi. That's GOAT status. Now, if I get grouped off with, I got to, I'm like, even my ops are saying you one of the greatest of all times. You know what I'm saying? So some people do have the 50 Cent theory of success in their mind. Like, I'm not gonna make it on my own merit. What I'm going to do is see somebody that's at the top, and I'm just gonna tear them down and take their spot. That's what 50 did. Ja Rule was on top of the world. We didn't know 50 from a hole in the wall, and he just took Ja Rule's spot. Like, I'm going to poke fun at Ja Rule for singing, and then I'm going to be the singing thug. I'm going to make.
I'm going to fill that void.
Biggest hits is him. I got the magic stick. I know if I can hit once, I can hit twice.
I
I'm
hit
like,
the baddest
I'm
chick.
like, wait a minute, did this nigga just fucking pull a little like the Will Smith, you know, like in the Men in Black, they make you look at this thing right here, and then your memory then totally erased. I'm like, did this nigga just run Ja Rule out of business for singing, and then like what the fuck is going on right now?
Yeah, he sure did.
So you know, but that's a part of that crazy shit. You know, niggas decide to try to make it. And at the end of the day, you know, niggas is like in the words of Elijah Muhammad, niggas is lost in the wilderness of North America. So they trying to find their way any kind of way they can. You know, some of us just have a different setting on our compass. You know, we trying to make it off our own merit. You know, we're trying to make it off our own, you know, yeah.
Some people just got better pedigree.
There's that.
We got a stronger pedigree. You know, some people, you know, they succumb to the pressure of becoming scammers.
My dad was around. Hold on. My dad was around. You know, I think
that has a lot to do with it.
That's why I had to highlight your dad in your story. You know what I'm saying? Because I see when I reached adulthood, right? I realized that out of my circle of friends, when I was a kid, I was the only one that was not shot and or had felonies on his record. All of my friends shot and felonies, or shot or felonies, but I was the only one that didn't have any bullet holes and any felonies. You know what I'm saying? And the only difference between me and them was my father was around. So
that's a huge difference.
So I always took that serious. You know what I'm saying? Even if the mom, the one thing, get rich or die trying. My programming was be a father or die trying. Like, nigga, we gonna figure this shit out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everything else is secondary, tertiary. You know, we're gonna figure this father thing out though.
I remember when I was first coming up, and two things that people used to say to me. One, what are you doing for the black community? Right? And my response was, I had two responses. One was, nigga, I am the black community. Why are you? That's number one.
Right. You're excluding me. Like, wait a minute. Since when am I not a part? How did this turn into a you instead of a us? Like, what's happening right now?
Right. That was my first response. My second response was, I think I'm taking care of my kids. That's what I'm doing for the black community. What else the fuck you want me to do?
Yeah, I'm setting the standard, nigga. Like, what are you doing? Yeah.
I'm making sure my kids don't grow up and rob your ass.
Listen, I thought this was the blueprint. Man, woman, child. So the blueprint, see, that's the thing. The value system got switched to where, and the elders had a big part to play in this, because we coming up with the consciousness, right? And the thing is, consciousness is in Harlem. You know, that's the center of it. You know, Sarnetta on 8th Ave, you know, between 7th and 8th Avenue, and then you got Azariah and Infludici and them between, you know, Madison and 5th. But also, Harlem is the home of the hustlers. So, you know, even me, I'm from a hustling family. So when I first started coming around, niggas remember I had the Range Rover, peanut butter interior, black Range Rover. I'm jumping out with fur coats and Maury's, and you know, so people was interested in hearing what I had to say that would not ordinarily listen to somebody else, because these niggas got, you know, the open toe sandals with dirty toenails, and you know, it just you know, dashiki shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I changed a lot of these niggas' dress codes. Ali Muhammad was going to the thrift store buying used Navy uniforms. That's what the fuck this nigga used to wear.
Oh, that's where he was getting that stuff from?
Yeah. Because he had the Nation of Islam training, but then when they kicked him out, he had to keep that kind of pseudo military look going.
Yeah,
the aesthetic. Polite was wearing the dashiki shit because Dr. York's biggest success was when he had the Ansar Allah community. They was doing the Muslim shit. So Polite was rocking that. Umar never knew how to dress. Umar never really had a...
He's still trying to figure out his style.
He was wearing Timberlands with dashiki. Like he was... That shit was crazy what he was trying to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Ali switched. You know, I was around Polite a lot, so I influenced him directly. I was like, no, because I was coming either with the suit, because I was working on Wall Street. You know, I was always moving around. So if I wasn't in the furs and the Mauries, I was in the hard bottoms and the Italian suits and shit like that. But then me and Ali went out on the road, and this nigga Ali was like, because I thought he just wore those outfits at the event, like at the lectures and shit. You know what I'm saying? So now me and him on the road, and I'm trying to move around a little bit after the lecture. I'm trying to see what the local life is. I'm trying to move around a little bit.
Yeah.
Just trying to wear them same outfits. Like, I'm like, oh, bro, you ain't got no jeans and no, like, you got to get you some Jordans or some Air Max or what the fuck are you? You can't go out with you. What are you can't go out with me. What is happening? We can't go nowhere. Like, no, nigga. Like, no, nigga, you need regular clothes, nigga. Just get you a white t-shirt, some jeans, and some sneakers, family. It's very simple. Just, so, but yeah, niggas was wild back in the days, bro.
Oh, man, the aesthetic was real.
Yeah, because niggas was hiding behind consciousness as a way to not live fully and an excuse. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had a lot of parents, like a lot of men, they'd tell their kids they Muslim during the holidays, even though, these niggas eat pork and all kind of shit, but they Muslim during, Christmas time. Listen, it's like, like niggas go to jail and become Muslim for protection.
Yeah.
That same thing happens every December. Niggas become Muslim just to, I'm Muslim. We don't celebrate Christmas.
I ain't buying no gifts, nigga.
That's it. I ain't got no money. Don't ask me for nothing. I'm Muslim.
But the years they got money, hey, it's Christmas. Christmas back.
When I was a kid, I seen a lot of other kids that I knew was Muslim, and that they did all kind of wild shit for money. Because you can't, the environment too powerful. You can't beat the environment. And if you're not really educating your babies and you just telling them ain't no holidays for them because you Muslim, they're going to grow to resent you. And they're going to try to figure out, girls going to use their booty or their breast to get, a few dollars. The brothers is going to be out there trying to use a little muscle or scam a nigga or, get a little package or something. And, he going to. So I was like, this shit is more counterproductive than it is productive. So I never was like in the early years of consciousness, people used to get on me all the time. When social media and all that start popping, MySpace, and then MySpace trends, they was attacking me every year because I'm putting up pictures during Halloween. We trick-or-treating and EnQi, what are you? This is the white man's holiday. What are you doing out? Wait, you don't know who Santa Claus is? You don't know that's really Satan? And I'm like, nigga, are you niggas watch me teaching you online, and then you gonna hit me up to ask me? I'm like, nigga, I celebrate all these holidays, and I'm still teaching the community. So I grew up fine. I'm cool. I'm just making sure that my daughters don't hit the strip pole, and my nigga, my young men here don't turn into niggas with package. You're like, no, nigga, they can get a few trinkets, you know what I'm saying, and we will use these holidays as educational moments.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we used to go trick-or-treating, and I used to have them sell the candy. So I turned that not only a teaching moment, but an entrepreneur moment. Like, hold on, this how you going to re-up for free. This is how you're going to read. Because I always had them selling their little goodies in school, just to learn how to, certain shit.
Yeah.
But Halloween, I'm like, this is how you re-up for free. So we're going to trick or treat. And then what's going to happen is all these other kids, the parents going to either throw that shit away or they're going to have to eat that shit within the first 2-3 days. And they sugar high is going to be so crazy. They're going to be looking, it's going to be, hold your candy. You're going to be all right. Hold your candy. By day 3, you're going to be in business. You know what I'm saying? So, there was that. And then, Thanksgiving, I'm like, yo, y'all are forgetting that we don't get to see a lot of people because niggas is either at work or school or raising their babies or whatever they doing. Yeah, we know Columbus said he discovered somewhere where niggas was already at. So it's not possible to discover some shit that belongs to a nigga. Like, but everybody has the day off. So let's use this as an educational moment. Let's gather, let's talk our shit, and maybe we don't have to eat the turkey or the pork or but we need to, we need to use the moment. Don't try to say you ain't celebrating, so you staying at the house or you trying to do overtime at work looking like a goofy. Like, get your ass out of here, nigga. Ain't even no customers at work. Get your ass. Take your ass to the house and you ain't spent no time with them kids. You spend no time with them babies. At least you got the Thanksgiving weekend. Your babies is off. You off.
But EnQi, I was the fake Hotep, right? Because I be online blasting niggas for celebrating the holiday while celebrating the holiday. I'm like, look at you niggas out here, Thanksgiving. And then the very next tweet, I'll be like, hey, look at my plate, y'all. I got the yams touching the macaroni and cheese, touching the fried chicken. Then Christmas come around, I do the same shit. You niggas sell the white man's side. You know the origin of the December 25th. Look what I got for Christmas, y'all. I always kept that balance.
Hey, we was finding our way, getting to our mature spots.
I still do that, EnQi. I still do that.
No, listen, because it is an educational moment. And you still have 9.9 out of 10 people that don't know anything about the roots of Christmas or Valentine's Day or this or that or the other. So the teaching still need to happen.
Correct.
It's just we don't need to hide behind that and try to hide our kids from that as if these motherfuckers is not going to go right to school after the Christmas holiday.
Exactly.
Like, nigga, what is wrong with you niggas? Don't you celebrate Black Friday? Because let me tell you, ho. So you saying that now we need a vacuum cleaner. But what you saying is instead of getting this $600 vacuum cleaner for $49 on Black Friday, what I should do is wait until get it before I should pay the $600 in Black solidarity. I should pay full price. I'm like, I'm gonna need you niggas to start doing some math because see, math is clearly killing niggas. I'm like, you niggas. So I should pay the white man because this is definitely still going to Best Buy or Walmart. So I should pay the white man 10 times the amount of money for this appliance. Because that will really teach him a lesson. Instead of giving him $50 for this vacuum, I should give that nigga $700 plus tax.
You gotta hold out until they call it White Friday.
Man, I should really teach this white man a lesson by paying $700 for the same vacuum. I said, if you don't go get that damn TV on sale, are you insane? You're gonna keep that money at the house instead of spending $700 for the vacuum. Now you got $650 that you can give a few dollars to your babies, a few dollars to your lady, so she can go and give that money to the Koreans to make herself feel good.
Yo, niggas got
she got to give the money to the Koreans so they could do her nails and feet. Then she got to give the rest of the money to the Africans or the Dominicans so they could
get her hair done. Niggas got so conscious they become unconscious.
Yeah. So we had to go through a massive culling of the herd and figuring out what consciousness meant in the greater scheme of things. You know what I'm saying? And so
You got to look at things over the long term.
Yeah.
People are looking at things like, oh, the white man, 300 years. Okay, what did the planet look like over 10,000 years? And then tell me you haven't seen the patterns.
Man, this shit is definitely a regret. And it's never been hidden that it's a cycle. You know what I'm saying? It's a cycle. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is. The year goes from 1 to 365, and then you go back to day 1 again.
Back to 1.
It's the first day, yeah. Oh, EnQi, January is not the first day of the year. It's April Fool's.
You're on the wrong calendar.
I'm like, okay. Pull that shit off at your job, nigga, and see what happens to your paycheck.
Pull that shit with the IRS, see what happens.
Levels to this shit.
Oh man. Hey man, this shit was great, man.
We had a good time tonight.
Yeah, it was historical, man.
Man,
Make
Jamal,
sure y'all bless
hold on,
EnQi Cash App, man.
Man, right, Jamal, like, hold on, EnQi. Y'all was going to fuck get you a few peanut butter jelly sandwiches for you and the babies. Get you a few dollars to look at Willie Wilson. Who the fuck wants to pay full price? Trust me, there's plenty of intelligent, conscious niggas like, hey, we need to boycott Black Friday and just pay full price for everything. I'm like,
I don't know about that.
Spirit, I understand. I get the concept. I get the concept, but I just
right.
We've got to tweak that.
My heart agrees with you, but my bank account does not.
Bruh, nigga, if that wasn't the biggest Kevin Hart, like see the way my checking account set up. What? Nigga, like, oh no, nigga, that is not the way to freedom right there. That is
not me, sir.
We have to, that is the exact problem we have. We have to stop paying 10 times. We have to get out of the mindset of thinking paying more means we're more official. No.
I'm gonna just have to be a sellout. They just gonna call me a coon. Fuck it, nigga. I'm gonna be a coon with money. Hey. I'm gonna be a coon with a new vacuum. Fuck it.
I'm gonna be with these babies. You know what I'm saying? When
niggas
take pictures on Instagram and they stand next to their new car. And then I trolls niggas. They don't even know I'm trolling them. You know what I'm saying? It just be in my universe. They take a picture and stand next to their car. I take a picture standing next to my kids.
They don't even know you trolling them.
Like, see, you niggas don't realize these timelines are telling the world and your future progeny what was important to you. So
the reason why
you got 10,000 videos on the internet telling everybody what your issue is and what you want to change in the world, and we've never seen your kids. We've never heard you talk about your kids. We haven't seen a picture of you. So best believe when you're dead and gone, and this digital shit is all that's left to tell your story, your kid's gonna, man, he didn't give a fuck about it. I got proof. Look.
Yo, some of your favorites are online balling out of control because of the very fact that they don't take care of their family. Yeah, I could ball out of control too if I didn't take care of my family. You know how balling I would have a Ferrari, a Lamborghini outside if I didn't take care of my family.
The huge online followings right now, niggas be doing live streams, collecting what's that shit called? Super chats, like a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
And they got $25 child supports, and they in arrears.
Yep.
And niggas be like, EnQi, you don't have no simple. How am I have simple? How? You know how much money I spent in court fees and lawyer fees and shit like that to get custody of my kid? Like how, Sway? I'm like, how? How can I can't condone that crazy, I can't condone that
Or
shit.
you see these cats out here, they be super successful, and then you look at their sons, and their sons are nothing like them.
That's a nice way to put it.
They're like, you're all
right there.
you're all great.
No. Let's just leave that right there. Their sons are different. Yeah. Yeah, their sons are different. A lot of niggas with big followings who, you spent a little bit more time with them babies.
Just a little bit more.
And hey, sometimes we have to learn how to parent as we go.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because I'm getting better as a parent as I go along.
Me too. It's hard.
People be like, yo, you're a super dad. I'm like, my older children probably wouldn't totally agree.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. I figured a lot of shit out. You know what I'm saying? Along the way, making a lot of mistakes and shit, figuring this thing out. But but my priority was to figure it out.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever the problem was, we're going to get through that problem and get back to, this family thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Period. As opposed to as problems pop up, man, fuck these problems. I'm out. Fuck you and those babies. That's what niggas, and then fuck you and those babies. You know what I'm saying? The shit got so crazy. Now women do that. And fuck this nigga and those babies. So now you got a lot of deadbeat ladies. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the need for consciousness never goes down.
No.
Do you know that the teaching business is $1 billion business?
Education's humongous.
No.
Humongous.
It's $1 billion a day.
$1
billion. $1 billion a day.
Yeah. Sound about right. When I did my research, it was toys, food, and then education. I think it went. No. It was toys, electronics, food, education.
Well, thanks to the internet, education has swallowed up everything.
Wow.
Because everybody wants to be Tony Robbins. Everybody wants to be E.T. the hip hop preacher. Everybody wants to be Dr. EnQi or Dr. Sabi. Everybody is going to be a speaker.
Yeah. And it's only going to get bigger.
So I'm like, wait a minute. Here's the problem. Are you niggas going to actually learn things before you start speaking? Or are you just going to...
No, they're going to steal your shit.
You motherfucker. That's... Nigga. I was on... First of all, I've been arguing about that forever, right? But then one day I'm on Instagram. And Instagram now, they got advertisements and shit. Mm-hmm. So it's a guy advertising that he has a motivational class to teach you how to get rich. You know this shit. It comes on top of your YouTube's videos now too. Everybody's got a plan. They're gonna show you how to get $10,000 a month in passive income if you click the link right here. So he clicked the link right here, and I don't know how, but I clicked the fucking link. I wanted to hear what this nigga was saying.
Yeah.
He's like, listen, you no longer have to, study or even know anything. This is what we're going to teach you how to do. Find the champion in the niche market that you're interested in and just duplicate all of his information in your video. Why do you have to learn or go to school? Or you don't need any technical. Just start copying the people you want to be. I was like, is this nigga training niggas how to steal your shit? Like, what the fuck? I said, hold up. This nigga he's created an official program to teach niggas how to steal your IP.
They got that from Gary Halbert.
I said, this is crazy.
Yeah, that came from Gary Halbert. Gary Halbert wrote a book called The Boron Letters, and he made thousands of dollars from jail and one of the things he said was, go get 3 sources and take their information and put it into your book and then sell it. He literally said it in Boron Letters. Yeah.
See, I never even heard it. See, I'm from the Jim Rohn, Les Brown, that I'm from that.
Gary Halbert was direct response marketing. You know, he used to send out the mailers. That's what he used to do. He used to write. He used to do sales copywriting. I seen another cat online right now. I ain't gonna say his name, but his ad he runs is I retired at the age 33. Let me show you how I did it. And I'm looking at the ad like, if you're retired, why are you still working?
Right, exactly. Bruh. Listen, you don't realize these comments. Listen, that was the reason why I couldn't understand the angel check.
Right.
With Bobby Hillman.
Right. Because if you got the power to write the check.
I'm like, nigga, why you don't have why you not handing out bricks of money? Why haven't you cashed your angel check? Nigga, you got the master copy of the angel checks. Why haven't you cashed one? You should be financing the whole conscious community, nigga. You should have just put one big check in. I'm like,
that's because y'all his angels.
Correct. Clearly, that thing only worth how much you paid for that shit. Scammy Davis Jr. shit. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm about to go hydrate. I gotta hydrate, and I got some coconut water with my name on it. I'm about to hydrate and lay down. Get back to the hustle tomorrow.
I had a 60-minute show planned. I don't know how we got to 4 hours.
What, tonight?
Hell yeah.
60 minutes? Nah, I knew we was going OT. I I had blocked out my entire night for this shit.
No, see, I normally do 2, 4, 6 hour videos, but see, I was trying to, like, I'm trying
be
to
a professional and shit.
I got Hotep Jesus. This nigga been on Joe Rogan. I'm like, okay, no, I got to write down a few questions. I got to get into my journalistic. I'm a journalist tonight. I was, so tell me about your childhood. How many children do you have? How did you get involved with hip hop? I was in my journalist bag. I'm like, no, this nigga, this is official. We're gonna do official. We're gonna wrap this up in 60 minutes.
Nah, this conscious community. Conscious community ain't never produced nothing under an hour.
Listen, my fail safe. I'm like, no, we're going 90 minutes. Listen, if somebody watches this video back, we literally closed out like 10 times. Like, all right, so yeah, we're going, we started our closeout process about 10 times, and then we just, we went into some other shit.
Conscious community never produced nothing under an hour, ever.
I don't even know how. Honestly, I'm incapable. I've had plenty of people like EnQi. You got to learn how to package your shit into small bite size. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. I got the little, like the 90 minutes. They're like, no. They're like, no, nigga, that's not a bite size. I'm like, well, you do understand? I'm talking about biochemistry. You niggas talking about Jesus versus Osiris. So you might be able to get you a clip into 2-3 minutes. I can't. Niggas don't even know what mitochondria is. Like,
that's what my producer said. My producer, when he was supposed to cut some clips up, he's like, yo, there's nothing in here that I can cut into smaller bites.
Of the video that we did.
The one that we did, yeah. He literally said, like, I could tell you exactly what he said. He's like, yo, there's nothing in here that I can actually hold on, I'm gonna pull it up right here. Yes, he said right here, hey HJ, I uploaded the whole Dr. EnQi to the drive folder. I cut into shorts and reels, but there really is no place to make 5-minute videos. Most of it is a 50-minute lecture without any real breaks or cuts that don't strip context. Yeah. Great interview as a whole, though, and plenty of short gems that I'll make shorts out of.
That's how that's like that, because it's gonna fuck up the context, and then
it's gonna fuck the context up.
You're saying things to people that they not gonna understand what you're saying. It's like another language. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that's why I love my little, my little few. It's like, EnQi, you gotta get. I'm like, oh, hold up. I love my followers. These niggas read books. It's shit. 98% of America doesn't read. I'm working with a small select
The elite.
Small man. You know what I'm saying?
The elite.
Yeah, niggas is trying to read books and all that. Like we a different breed. We trying to turn niggas back out. You know, it's just we trying to spread this book. You know, like back in the days when niggas was introducing crack. We got to give out samples and shit. Like, hey, you ever read a book before? Try a few pages. You know what I'm saying? Try a few pages. If you like that shit, you know where to find me. You know, I'm right here. I'm on Amazon. You know, I'm right here. Come back around the way. You know, 2 for $5s and all that. Read a few of these pages. You know what I'm saying?
Only for niggas that read though.
Yeah. We gotta make new book fiends and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit crazy. So
just crazy
anyway,
out here, man.
Yeah,
hey, thank you to the viewers though, man. The chat was lit. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the EnQi community. We're gonna make there's plenty more coming, y'all. Plenty more. Brother Longwell.
That's a certified fact, brother.
Me and EnQi was on the phone the other night for about 3 hours.
By mistake.
Mm-hmm.
That was because that was supposed to be a quick phone call, like, yo, because people that know I don't even like to talk on the phone. I'm a text nigga. It just the same way this conversation went crazy. That's how that went. Because I was calling to ask you a quick question, and then 4 hours went by, 3.5. I was like, oh shit, I gotta get off the phone to nigga. I had shit lined. I was in the middle of shit that faded. I had to, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Shout out. Yo, appreciate you, man. Raz, salute.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So,
we building.
Good night, everybody. Hopefully y'all go to bed. Let that melatonin do what it's supposed to do. Word. Peace to the family. We out of here.
Yo.
Peace to the family. This is Abdul Ali, candidate for U.S. House District 12 here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Let's just be real, folks. The Democrats have destroyed our major cities. Their policies have made us less safe. They've given us less economic opportunity, and they've provided less educational opportunities for our children. And that's why I'm running for Congress, because I know what it takes to improve these issues. I've got great working relationships already in D.C. I've spent the last 10 years of my life building my political resume so that one of us, somebody who thinks like we do, could get into D.C. and make a difference. I want you to visit aliforcongress.com to find out more about my campaign. The Democrats have already done enough, and now they're putting illegal aliens in front of people like you and me, folks whose ancestors...
That's the algorithm.
Peace and blessings out there to everybody. My name is Dr. EnQi, the founder of the Melanin versus Diabetes movement and ministry. Our goal is to fight diabetes by creating a biochemically literate society, one book at a time, one person at a time, one household at a time.
The world knew New York as Muslims, as gods. When I was growing up, we had knowledge of self. I was a god body. I'm still acknowledging myself as that. I had knowledge of self. New York, we need to get back to being civilized. Off this gang shit. Off the blood. Off the crip. Let's go back to the seasons, nigga.
Back to the
Let's go back to being civilized.
It ain't no fun when a rabbit got the gun, you heard?